Cooling all beers. Cooling all beers.
Can I get a man?
Hello.
Guess what, Boston Beer?
What? What's
Tonight's
happening?
the night, baby.
Yay.
We're doing a Karen Read Fundraiser, and we got all kinds of awesome people that we're going to put up on the screen. And you know who
Great.
we're going to start out with?
Who?
Do you want to guess?
Nope.
We're going to start out with Alan Jackson, baby. Can I get an
Woo!
amen for the attorney du jour who helped to free Karen Read and is now working on the civil case, the esteemed attorney, Mr. Alan Jackson. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Nice to see you guys, and thank you guys for putting this little shindig on. I couldn't be happier and couldn't be more honored to be a part of it. So thank you for having us.
It's an honor and a pleasure. Let me introduce the rest of the panel, if you will, and then we'll get to comments, okay?
Sounds good.
All right. This gentleman is been in the Boston, Massachusetts, so let's call it the true crime sort of justice area broadcaster. He's on the Howie Carr Show. He's a really good friend of B and mine, and all you know him as the host of the Young Jerks. Put them together for Mike Crawford.
Oh, wow, I didn't expect Alan Jackson. I'm kind of shocked. I had no idea. Like, I was just tweeting it, like, people gonna go crazy. Wow, it's great to see you, Alan Jackson.
Thank you.
Holy
Thank
shit.
you. Nice
Good
to see you.
Boston DJ.
In a minute.
I'm just excited now.
Yeah, can you fix your hair? You notice what I did with mine, Mike.
I fixed my hair. I'm a little excited
Look at
now. I
this.
just went into overdrive. Alan Jackson's here with DJ and Bia. I just can't believe it. This is
yeah,
amazing.
Alan's he's probably thinking, oh, DJ's hair's not going to be that great. You were right, actually. So here we go. All right, let's bring on another superstar of the community. She is just a spirit, and she said not to call her a leader, so I won't. But everybody knows and loves her, and she inspires many of us. And we all know her as the other Boston, the half of the Boston Square, Boston Brandy.
Hey.
Hey guys, thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it.
It's always a pleasure. We always have so much fun when you're on. Let me see who else we got backstage here. Okay, this gentleman right here, boy, I doubt that you're going to meet a more sort of genuine individual, somebody who has been just someone that Karen, along with the gentleman that you see sitting next to Bia, that Karen can trust, that has been by her side, that doesn't have an agenda, and he's just a great guy, and I'm proud to be able to call him friends. So without further ado, this is my paisan right here that we're talking about. Put them together for Nick Rocco.
Woo!
How's everyone doing tonight? How we doing?
Hey, Nick.
Welcome, Nick.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Me and Alan, we're in the same room right now. He's right next to me over here.
Exactly.
I
I
love
love it in the studio. The read files.
Looks beautiful.
Yeah,
There you
it came
go.
out nice.
This gentleman right here has shown up for probably like 2 of our meal of foods, I think. I got to meet him was it both that he was at?
I
Bia?
believe so, yes.
I believe so. He's somebody that you will see standing by the side of Boston Brandy, sometimes Boston Bia when she's not walking her dog, and Dennis Sweeney. So you will see him at Legacy Place, and he's a true gentleman, and he's a true champion for Karen. So put your hands together for Joe Pina.
Hey.
Amen, Joe.
Hey,
Hi, Joe.
hey, we got the paisans going today.
Hey, how you doing, Joey? You all right?
Very good. Yes.
All right.
Doing well. Alan, you
Before
Italian? You got any Italian in you?
Zero. Exactly.
Zero.
Zilch.
Oh,
Oh,
The closest I have is I've got a good friend named Nick Rocco. So that's
There you go.
as close as I get.
By the way, we're still, I want to just let everybody know, we're still angling for an episode called The Two Paisans with Brandy and Nick Rocco. So we haven't given up on that yet, just so you know.
that might be a lot of accent in one video.
I know.
I'm-
That's a lot, that's a
a
lot
lot of
going on.
Boston.
I know Alan Jackson will at least watch it on replay if he gets to see The Two
Oh, you bet.
Paisans.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right, let's get it started today. It is Karen's birthday tomorrow. We do have a surprise for her in hour 2. So hopefully she can just at least like pop on YouTube, because what's been created for her is a true thing of beauty. But Alan Jackson, would you take it away today, please?
I just want to say, first of all, thank you for having me, and thank you for doing this and putting this together, and thank you for everybody for logging in and watching this craziness go on. First thing I want to do is wish Karen an incredibly happy birthday. Young lady, I'm going to speak directly to her. You have shown an amazing amount of courage and resilience, the likes of which I don't think I've ever seen. Most of us have never seen or experienced. And I got to tell you, Karen, it's been an honor, an absolute honor, to be able to fight right alongside you during the criminal trial and during the civil trial. And by the way, to everybody else, all you folks who have been helping in the criminal case and continuing to help in the civil case, the fight that's still being waged. Thank you to you guys, to everybody who's either shown support or helped financially or both. And I know it's been myriad people who have shown support for her over the days and weeks and months and even going into years now. It makes all the difference. You have no idea how much it makes a difference to have the support of the community the way you guys have supported her from day one. So happy birthday, Karen. I hope you enjoy your 29th year on this planet, and keep up the fight, because I'll be right there with you.
What is it about Karen Read that made you want to go to the lengths that you've gone to cross the country, and then decide that you wanted to also involve yourself in a civil trial, et cetera?
She's an innocent woman falsely accused. It's as easy as that. It really is. There's no magic to it other than that. She's an innocent woman falsely accused. And it's been, look, that's every defense attorney's dream. Take it to the mat. Go as far as you possibly can to expose the truth. And what we ended up exposing was a lot more than just the truth. We exposed a lot of corruption, a lot of side deals, a lot of backhanded play by agencies that, who knew that these agencies at the top level or levels had sort of skin in their own game. So it's been a defense attorney's dream come true for me to be able to litigate right alongside one of the smartest, brightest, most resilient people I've ever met, Karen Read. It's been an honor, and it will continue to be an honor. This will go down as not a legacy case in my career and my lifetime. It is the legacy case of my career and my lifetime.
I mean, that is this is a seminal moment, and this is from a gentleman that prosecuted Bill Spector during his celebrated career as a prosecutor. If you don't mind, what I would like to do, Alan, is I would like to let everybody on the panel address you in some way, either with a question or a comment. So if you would, Boston Bia, please take it away.
Or criticism. I'll take it. I got thick skin. I was in front of Judge Cannoni for 2 years. I can take the criticisms. That's not how we do it here in Massachusetts, Mr. Jackson.
Mr. Jackson.
She had it out for you.
She did.
They were best buds. And those transcripts now, I think a lot of people are finally seeing how hard she really was to actually basically put a case on in front of. Anything you wanted at that sidebar was instantly like, yeah, no, you're not having it. Go sit down.
Yeah, they've been pretty revealing. Yeah, we told people about it. We said we were having a struggle. I don't think anybody realized how much of a struggle until those sidebars. What do they call it in Massachusetts? Sidebars?
Yeah, sidebars.
Sidebars.
I think one of the things someone actually pointed out.
Those are revealing. It was a tough slog.
Someone pointed out in one of the sidebars, Judge Bev said, "Don't worry, no one's getting this." And you were like, "Not even the media?" She's like, "No one."
Correct. That was their thought. Yeah. That was the thought of a lot of people, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
All right. So, Mr. Jackson, it's an honor to be on screen with you. You're the kind of person that anybody would want fighting for them. You zealously have represented her and continued. And when you said you ain't got no quit, you really meant it. So thank you so much for all you do and continue to do. We love you here in Mass.
Thank you. Thank you.
I just want to say thank you for standing so tall and behind her this whole time. I mean, just seeing how you fight for her it just restores faith in the entire process, knowing that there's people like you still out there that actually do care, that care about the rest of us, without a price. It just, to see the whole team come together in the first 2 trials was unbelievable. Just the power that it just brought in so many different communities, and just being behind, like being able to support people like you, it is a true honor. And I appreciate you guys. A lot of us do. The world appreciates you. We need more of you. And happy birthday,
Thank you.
Karen.
Thank
Both of
you. Yes, and Karen is the one that she's the glue
Yes.
that held us all together.
Yeah, because she didn't have to go. You don't have to go for a civil. She could have just called it quits, and she wants to fight for the right thing, and that's so
Absolutely.
appreciated.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, I've been looking to try to in the background. I've been in the back studio trying to solve whatever's going on with moderation right now. So we'll have
Learning
to work
all
on
about
that.
that.
Yeah, I know. I think I changed the setting. I must have done something. This is probably all my fault, mods. So you guys can all yell at me later. But Nick Rocco has had a lot of, he's had a lot of dialogue with Alan Jackson. They're sort of like they're friends, obviously. So do you have anything you want to say to Alan, and then we'll go to Mike?
I mean, as far as
publicly, I mean, it's publicly.
No, I mean, listen, I never thought 3 years ago I would have Alan Jackson's phone number. I consider him a friend. Same with Karen. 3 years ago when I got involved with this, it was a simple, here's some shampoo and conditioner, and now here we are. 3 years later, still helping her, right? She needs the funds to fight this civil case. And I think the link is pinned at the top, also on the bottom there. Click on that link. Any donation helps for sure. It allows people like Alan Jackson and Damon and the rest of her lawyers to continue to fight all 3 civil cases that she has. It's not just 1 or 2, it's 3. So, and one other thing too is I believe this is her 3rd birthday, where she has a court date on it. So, one way to wish her a happy birthday is, if you do make a donation, I'm sure that will lift her spirits, considering she has to go to court on her birthday for the 3rd time in 3 years. So happy birthday, Karen. And hopefully within the next couple of years, you won't have to worry about this anymore.
Hear, hear.
Yeah. Her only path to justice at this point, Alan?
The path to justice runs right through the middle of the truth, right? So the thing that Karen has said from the beginning, the only request she's had of her entire legal defense team has been, help me find the truth. I'm going to find it one way or the other. Help me. That's all she asked for. She didn't say do it, go do it yourself and don't bother me. She said, I'm looking for the truth. I want to find the truth. And if I can be so honored, please help me. And that's the glue that kept the team going and kept the team together. We were all fighting for the same thing, and she's going to continue fighting for the same thing. And as Nick said, it's been year after year after year that she's the one. I got credit for the statement about not having any quit, but really I pulled that directly from her. I plagiarized it from her countenance, from who she is as a person. She just ain't got no quit, and she won't stop until justice is truly served. And she's not just going to take it lying down and be on the defensive. She gets up on the balls of her feet, and she decides she's going to lean forward and lean into the fight, and that's what she's done. And so God help anybody who gets in her way and gets in our way.
Good.
I don't think she could have a better team than you guys. I'm sorry. Let's go to Mr. Mike Crawford, my esteemed colleague.
First of all, I want to say happy birthday to Karen, obviously. And I think we all agree on that. Karen is just like, she's straight ahead, precision. She has no quit. She has no quit. And I guess my comment for Alan, I want to ask, because we get it all pinned in all the YouTube channels right now for people to donate to the civil fund, and I hope people are donating. It's pinned in the chat. But why? What do you think is going to come out of this? Because that's a big question for a lot of people on their donations. They want to know, what do you think will come from this civil suit? There's federal, like Nick said, three different state, jurisdictions in the federal. And where is the truth going to come out the most, do you think, out of these 3 venues, let's say? And what do you think it could be accomplished? And why is Karen doing this? I know it's a big question, but I
think all the suits, it's a fair question. It's a good question for people who want to get involved and help her. It is not as simple as just defending one lawsuit in state court. This is a multifaceted undertaking that has, 3 different avenues. What we expect to answer your question pointedly, what we expect to come out of it is she will be exonerated, and I use that word very, very loosely because this is not a criminal case. It's a civil case. She's going to be held not liable for anything having to do with the death of John O'Keefe, because as we all know, she didn't have anything to do with the death of John O'Keefe, because I don't know, I think I heard this someplace before. He wasn't hit by a car. There's that, right? And that's never going to change. That shit ain't never going to change.
Right.
He wasn't hit by a car, and if he wasn't hit by a car, then something else happened, and all I can do is knock on wood and pray that the lawsuits that are currently at bay, currently underway, will reveal even more of the truth, some of the truth that we couldn't get in because we were under certain strictures by a judge who I don't believe was interested in the full-throatedness of our defense. Everything that we wanted to get into, we couldn't get into, but we we're able to get down to the brass tacks and establish for 12 independent thinkers, actually all the independent thinkers, 17 of them, that she didn't have anything to do with the death of John O'Keefe. And now there's another couple of avenues to show what actually may have happened. But in the process of doing that, to your second point, which is why should people care? Why should people assist? Again, this is not an inexpensive undertaking. She didn't get a choice in terms of defending herself against the O'Keefe's lawsuit. That is not by choice. She was served a summons, and that she has to defend that lawsuit whether she likes it or not, and that comes at extreme expense. We have to hire the experts again. You have to pay the experts. You have to pay for witnesses to travel. You have to pay for people's time and testimony, or time in front of the court giving testimony. These are not cheap or inexpensive undertakings. And so that's why it's so vital that she has the resources to try to continue this fight. And if they want to keep fighting, we're going to keep fighting right back. That's exactly what we're going to do. And the Massachusetts State Police is not out of this. And it's a long, a lengthy, very slow process to try to bring a massive public agency to heel. But that's exactly what we intend to do. Massachusetts State Police, the Canton Police Department, the people that were involved, Michael Proctor, others that have been named, as well as the what have been euphemistically deemed the House defendants. All those folks are going to have to be held to account for their conduct. Every single one of them. We're not going to be satisfied until all of them are held to account for their conduct. They wanted to put her on trial. Well, guess what? How's it feel?
Good.
Golf clap. Oh wait, you know what? We need a sound effect for Alan. So let's go there. Here we go.
I don't mean to speechify.
There we go.
Well, the good thing is too is you really won't have Judge Bev in your way. I mean, that was the biggest hurdle for the criminal trial, and considering that some of these civil cases are in different venues away from her, I think it's going to be a different ball game for everybody involved.
I think so too. I think you're exactly right, Nick. It's going to be a very different set of rules and far more, I hope, far more fair. Calling the balls and strikes the way they should be called. So that's our hope, and that's what we're driving toward.
Yeah, we were sickened on this show by her behavior because of what the nature of her job was and the impartiality that is not only implied, it's required. It's actually in the job description almost, and the way that she treated you. I had to get reports from Boston Bia on what was happening in trial because I couldn't watch because it was triggering me. That's how sick. I know, like you laughed because you're like, you had to be there and actually deal with it. So it just.
Alan, I got a question for you. Have you ever had a judge make the argument for the prosecutor instead of the prosecutor bringing it up, like Adam Lally, for example, when Judge Bev was making the argument against you for him? Which way she's going to rule, obviously, because she's making the argument for him. But have you ever came across a judge that's done that before?
So the expectation when you're in this job is that the person in the courtroom that has no skin in the game, that should be just looking, just very plainly, just looking for the truth. That's the judge. you've got advocates on both sides. You've got experts on both sides. You've got percipient witnesses on both sides. And you hope that the jurors come in with an open mind and a completely objective mindset. But you also hope and expect and demand that the judge also has an open mind with an objective mindset. And sometimes that just doesn't happen. It was galling in certain circumstances to have a situation where, for instance, it felt like from the bench there was an assist. To use a basketball euphemism, that there was an assist from mid-court. That's not in my view, gentle as it is, that is not the job of a judge. The judge is not supposed to put any fingers on the scales of justice. You call the balls and strikes as they come to you, but you shouldn't have any skin in the game. A lot of times judges will use the phrase, well, I'm the gatekeeper. I'm known as the gatekeeper. That is true to a certain degree. You have to have some control over the parameters of the contours of any court proceeding. So that's obvious. But what you don't do is transfer that gatekeeping job or responsibility into anything even remotely close to advocacy. That becomes extremely frustrating, and it makes your job really, really hard. I felt like one of my proudest thoughts about this case is that the entire team, Liza and Bob and David and me and Karen, all of us felt like we won sort of. I know it sounds like we're complaining a little. It's not a complaint. It's just a reality. We felt like we won against all odds. Like the odds were stacked against us. It was not really a fair fight. And it was not a fair fight from the prosecution standpoint. Certainly Michael Morrissey didn't make it a fair fight. Certainly Hank Brennan didn't want it to be a fair fight. He knew that he couldn't win a fair fight. Turns out he couldn't win an unfair fight either. But it is a frustration.
Do you feel like every agency in Massachusetts that you've dealt with in this case has shown like an abuse of power of some sort?
Yes. You could have stopped at every agency in Massachusetts and I would have just said yes.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a more corrupt state. Ever.
Yeah, the entire
ever.
state.
I mean, and I'm not saying everybody in Massachusetts is corrupt, but I'm saying that the folks that have been in a position of authority for that long have done a real job on that, on the poor members of that community. Massachusettsans, is that how you say it?
Bostonians.
Bostonians, yeah.
Bostonians, Massachusettsans, they deserve better. They deserve better from their public officials. They deserve better from their law enforcement. They deserve better from their public prosecutors and their elected officials. They deserve better. I love Massachusetts for what it for what it represents here. These are the community people, the community members, the people who make up the fabric of the society of one of the oldest communities in the entire United States historically, yet the institutionalized side of Massachusetts, especially around the Boston area, at least to my liking, to my finding, it's badly wanting. It needs the whole industrial complex of elected officials and law enforcement agencies. It needs a giant enema.
Yeah.
If you would, I want to continue in a circle because we haven't gotten Joe in there. So just hold on, and we're gonna go in a circle. So
BJ, we should say one thing that the
well, hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. I want to get to Joe. So please, right. Joe, go ahead, please.
Hi, I'd just like to wish Karen a very happy birthday, and also Mr. Jackson, you are a true patriot. What you've done and what you've fought for Karen is really put a light on what a corrupt system we have. I mean, it's not just Norfolk County. Like you said, it's the whole state. I mean, it's spread all over. And, the police acting the way they did. And the thing is, this could happen to anybody.
Right.
It could happen to your brother, your sister, anybody in your family. And they have the power to do it.
Right.
And that's what's scary. And that's why, I stand up for this, because this is between right and wrong, good and evil, and that's how I feel about it.
Well, thank you, Joe. That speaks volumes, especially coming from somebody that's a stalwart community member yourself, to be able to recognize that there's a problem and it needs to be solved. You said a mouthful. If I could just echo, dovetail on that for a second, when you said this could happen to anybody. People have asked me a lot of times. I've gotten asked in interviews over and over and over, what's different about this case? Why did this case catch fire? Why did this case capture the interest of not just Bostonians, not just Massachusettsans, and not just the East Coast? Why did it go all the way across the country and international? And I think you hit the nail on the head, Joe. Karen represents sort of the any person. It could be anybody. She's just a professor who was living her life, who worked in finance, and she didn't hurt a fly. She didn't rabble rouse. She wasn't a troublemaker. She's literally, very literally, the girl next door. That's who she is. You could see her in any restaurant. You could see that person in any restaurant, in any bar, in any workout facility, just on the street. She represented somebody, or represents somebody, that every one of us know. Could be our sister, our daughter, our mother, our whatever. And yet she was at the center of a frame job. It's hard to get your head around that. Why her? Well, it's not her. It's the institutional folks around her that decided she's going to pay the price.
Yes.
She's going to be the one to hold the bag. It was cops and cops' friends and elected officials and people, Morrissey. What about that, as y'all have called it, which I think is hysterical, the hostage video? How could you possibly ever justify that, Michael? How could you you're a public prosecutor with a mandate that you not put your thumbs on the scale. You said so in other cases. How could you possibly think that was appropriate? Well, he didn't think it was appropriate. That's the answer to the question. He just didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
He couldn't care less.
I think it was after the
And he never
Brian.
had to care less because he's never held to account. Well, that's about to change.
Yeah.
Yes.
The people aren't going away.
After the Brian Walsh case, the media asked him, how come you haven't commented? He's like, well, I don't like to comment during ongoing cases. And it was like, how can you even sit there and say that?
That would be unethical of me to comment on an ongoing case because it could influence it could be seen as influenced jurors. That's exactly why you did what you did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
And the galling part to your point, Joe, is they don't even try to hide it anymore. So
No.
guys, I am I love to be a part of this, and I'm so thrilled and honored that you allowed me into this world, and to be able to wish Karen a happy birthday and to say thank you to all her supporters. It's been my absolute honor. But I actually have to keep the lights on around here, and I got to go back to work and make some phone calls and do God's work on some other cases as well.
I'm sorry we didn't get Dennis in there, but I have a feeling you guys are going to get to connect in another,
absolutely,
because he's connected with Karen. Thank you, Alan. It's a pleasure to have you. Everybody, put your hands together for Alan Jackson.
Thank you. Happy birthday,
Mr. Jackson.
Bye.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson. Bye. We'll see you. Alan Jackson, ladies and gentlemen.
Woo! I think the website is down. Is that what you were trying to say,
Yes.
Mike?
Down.
Yeah.
That's what.
It's down. So if
That's
you
why I
can,
kept looking at the phone. I'm trying to update.
Yes.
I'm trying to get
Venmo.
Venmo out. And,
Yep.
Yep.
We've been putting the Venmo and PayPal. Yep.
People are trying to super chat. Terry,
and I
just
can't
got-
even. And we're even having problems posting comments. Like when I post
Yeah.
my comments on my
All the
YouTube, it
content
didn't show
pages
up. I
were
can't
earlier,
pin my
too.
own comment. It's weird. So there's like a lot of outages on the internet.
I'm
YouTube
trying to.
and this website.
Yeah,
So
I was
people
trying.
give through PayPal. Yeah.
I was trying to
Venmo.
post as well from so I'm posting from my DJ account. It would not let me post from Cab. But anyway, just real quickly, we didn't get to welcome them in. They're leaders and they're also inspiring, like that lady Boston Brandy who's above Mike. So put them together for my man, my brother, Dennis and Brenda Sweetie,
Woo! We got the boots.
the legends.
The boots.
more than one lab.
And we got to give you one of these too, Dennis. Good evening.
How we doing, folks?
Hi.
Hi.
Good. I'm sorry you didn't get to talk to Alan. We definitely had him talking quite a bit, and we didn't quite get around the circle. But I know you guys kind of have other ways that you can connect. So that the rest of us don't. So I know you'll get to speak with him. I'm
Nice
glad.
listening to him.
What's that, sir?
Nice listening to him. I don't just sit there and listen to him talk. It's awesome.
I know. Isn't it? Like, he's such a great orator.
Yeah.
He's what we aspire to be, all of us that are on YouTube, basically. So let's go back around. Dennis, let's start with you and Brenda, since you hadn't been part of the panel. You heard Alan's thoughts and words. I know how inspiring Karen's case is to you. You've spoken with her. What do you feel like when you speak with Karen? What do you hear?
I just hear somebody that's very honest and somebody that's very, right now, I think emotionally, been harmed. And I think she's going through a lot, but I think she's probably one of the strongest people I've ever met and known. And I just hate what she's going through. Like Brenda says too, and we can't stand it. We're not going to start backing until we see her out of here. It's horrible.
Yeah, I mean, do you have like a sense of where you see her life going after this is over?
Anyway, but Massachusetts, and whatever she does, I wish her all the success in the world.
She'll be in like St. Thomas.
Town of Canton with her.
That means you're going too.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to.
Yeah, maybe you guys can have the cottage, like, just down the dirt road a little bit from Karen. Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah,
That'd be nice.
I did that 33 years ago.
What's that, Joe? You retired or
I
did
left
what?
Canton at 33 years ago.
You did.
Yes, I grew up half my life in Canton.
But you're still in Massachusetts, yeah?
Yeah, I'm in Stoughton, right about a mile away.
Oh, okay. All right, so not too far.
It was a huge house fire in Taunton today. Did you see that? That was huge.
Explosion.
It's a gas explosion.
Oh, it was
Explosion.
That's
I think the
what it-
mother and the toddler, a 2-year-old, are in the hospital. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think they said like 3 injured or something like that. That was the whole house was engulfed. There wasn't nothing left of that.
That
No.
was scary. Oh, it's always something, and then it was around here. Oh.
Hey, Joe, now that you mentioned that you moved a mile away, that kind of brings up an interesting question for those of us that have never lived there. And maybe, Mike Crawford and Brandy and Bia have a sense of this, and I don't. But do you sense a difference being and walking around and living in Stoughton than you did in what you've experienced in Canton?
It's kind of the same. I have a lot of friends still in Canton that I've known for well over 35 years. And I can tell you, there's a lot of haters in Canton, about this case.
Mm-hmm.
And, I know these people, they have their opinion. I have my opinion. That's it. I leave it at that. You want to think that way? Fine. I'm thinking the other way. I don't argue with them. It's useless, really, because their mind's set. And I just give up. I don't even engage in any of that with these people. But it's funny, I'm still friends with them. So
That's cool.
yeah, but I really haven't lost friends because of this. Because, like I said, I respect their opinion and they respect mine. So I know a lot of people that have lost friends. I know people, family members do not speak to them because of this, which is pretty sad. So
It's like politics in a way. I mean, it's interesting because politics was never involved with this case at all, left and right. Nobody ever really brought it up at all. Everybody came together as one whole, and to see the anti-Karen Read people and the Karen Read people, that's almost like politics, left and right there. You either believe one thing and there's no way you're going to believe the other side because it's so far-fetched, or you believe, she didn't do it and the other side is absolutely crazy. So it's interesting how politics never got involved, but the people who believe and who don't believe, you're never going to change the minds of those people at this point. It's never going to happen. So why fight with people about it? If you believe that, so be it.
Right.
Whatever, believe what you want. But at the end of the day, we saw the results of the trial, not guilty across the board. She got the DUI charge, but at the end of the day, she didn't kill John O'Keefe, right? So you can believe whatever you want. At the end of the day, we saw the outcome, and that's really all that matters.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
Doesn't matter. Now,
Yeah.
I mean, before you could arguably say like it really because her life was on the line. Now it's like I don't
I mean,
care.
everybody
about
should be
that
mad
'cause-
at the Mass State Police and the
Yeah.
system in general. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
about you take Karen out of
Exactly.
it, and you should be disappointed in the police station for not doing X, Y, and Z. Like 1 through 100 in her case, but I mean the incompetence and just all of it. You should be mad about that because you could be next, and that's what the donations go towards. You know what I mean? You're fighting for your rights, your kids' rights, and the integrity of your community. And it's just like she's fighting a fight for all of us. So it's not free. Justice
Yeah,
isn't
that's how
free.
you know if someone's legit too. Like if they could be anti Karen Read, but say Proctor's an issue and we need to do something about it. Like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like that's how I know when someone's actually coming at it from like more of a good faith. If they actually admit law enforcement was a big problem on this.
Well, look
'cause
what's
they
happening
were.
right now, right? You have the cover up that they just opened the investigation with the car crash. You have Enrique, he's getting justice now with some of that stuff. So it's like it is happening. And I think there's a lot more. There is a lot more.
A
And
lot
I
more.
think
It's
now,
gonna snowball.
when
Yes.
someone comes out and says, "Oh, I was framed by the police department," first thing everyone says is, "Yeah, so wasn't
You're
everyone
right.
else," right? But
Mhm.
now people might stop believing people when they say, "Hey, this isn't what happened in my situation." So now that it's being broadcasted out there that yes, hey, we got a problem in the state police, more and more people now might start listening to other people who may have had these issues in the past or potentially in the future too.
It's happening. I mean,
Yeah.
I look at what JFK is doing with Eddie O'Brien. Rosemary has this guy that is quadruple murder. Rosemary's.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that guy's. I'm gonna do a show on that tomorrow night. Actually, like, there's a lot of cases. You'd be surprised. You know, there was that movie too, Trial 4. Rosemary was in it about a guy who got tried four times. 4 times he was innocent, and it was basically very similar to Karen. You know why? That guy that got killed was a crooked cop. I mean, John wasn't crooked, but the cops covered it up because they didn't want their corruption to come out. So the other cops covered it up because this guy that got killed was a crooked cop, and it would have come back on them, on their little grift, the little gang. So it was a cop cover up in that Trial 4 movie based in Boston. Rosemary Scott Picchio was the one that won Sean Ellis's, freedom. And there's a lot of cases like that in Boston too. Like you go back to like the mafia days. There's guys that got released. Peter Lamoni. Joe Barboza was a liar for the FBI. They knew he lied. They let him put people in jail. There's been a lot of that in the state. Oh, so you go back to what's that famous case in the same courthouse?
Oh, Sacco and Vanzetti.
Eddie.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, 100 years of it.
I think it was
basically,
100 years, almost to the day
Yeah.
of her first trial or something like that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, they say history repeats itself, right?
Yeah, right. But now
Yeah.
she'll change.
I mean,
It's-
yeah, it was a different outcome.
Now there's social
Yeah.
media and YouTube shows and TikTok, and people can
word
really
spreads
get like
faster. Yeah.
get the word out. Like before,
Yeah,
I
that's-
don't think they had that option.
Our story started when we first started with Karen. I don't know a lot of people realize it. I had no idea what Karen Read is. I come home from work one day after the storm, and I have a neighbor across the street that works for the police, and he come over and told me, what happened. I said, well, good. That bitch, she ought to go to jail. Thank God they got her. She ran over and screwed. And then all of a sudden, as time went on, and obviously he kept coming by, and I kept hearing more, and I'd ask questions and stuff, and I kept getting, and his answer from day one was, she's no effing good, and the things that were said about her, I said, wow, she's really gonna be bad. And now when you see what happened, now I'm the bad guy. We're the bad guy in town because we were lied to the whole time, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I gave them credit. I gave them all credit, saying, well, geez, I'm glad they got who did it. And now we're paying the price for being honest and being upfront about it when we were the ones that got lied to, So
Yeah.
it's
Tell them who your
unbelievable
neighbor is.
how it happened,
Yeah.
Tell them who your
Mainstream
neighbor is.
media.
A lot of people know my name. I'll have to mention his name. But we don't talk anymore, needless to say,
Half the neighborhood doesn't talk to us.
I know it's sad.
Gotta
No
admit to you.
people.
And we never said, we
You
don't
guys
know.
like
We don't know what happened that night. None of us were there. None of you people on the panel were there. Would never come out and said you can theorize and think. I had no idea. I wasn't there.
Right.
But it wasn't Karen.
No.
Right.
No. Well, happy birthday, Karen.
Just follow the
I'm trying to
evidence.
get like Brandy.
Stop! I love it.
Let me get in here real quickly. So super chats are on. If you super chat, anything you super chat tonight will go to Karen. So if the website is down, you have the Venmo, you have PayPal's up on the screen right now. We can switch it up and put the Venmo. I also want to say someone was mentioning you need the phone number. You don't have to have the phone number to Venmo. I think to Venmo, I believe it tells you that you're taking a risk that it goes to the wrong person. So as long as you follow what we have here on Venmo, and I'm going to go ahead and put that one up. It's Karen Read. It's Karen hyphen Read hyphen 1. And in addition, if you super chat, anything you super chat to Cab tonight will go to Karen. So there's that. And you can see I just threw a 50 up in there from my personal account. So it is working.
Oh, cool.
Okay. There you go. All right. Please continue. I have the most amazing co-host on YouTube. Everybody knows that. Some people are calling her Bea or Bella. Some people are calling her the Icon. Or the Moment. Is there any new ones? Did we get any new ones today, Bea, or no?
No, we're good. We're good.
Okay. All right. Go
Moving
ahead.
on.
Please take it away.
So Nick, how do you think Karen's doing since, she was here with us on December 19th? Do you think things have settled down for her?
I mean, so this fundraiser, it was before, I think it was before the Rotten Mango interview came out, right?
Correct.
Right. So, I mean, I think a lot of the stuff that was said during that interview is pretty much still the state of mind now. That wasn't done too long ago. So, I know pretty much every day it's still being involved with all the civil stuff. Cause like I said before, 3 different cases, it's a lot. Her being obviously, the defendant of one of them and the other 2 where she's suing them, but it's just a lot. It's constant. It's preparing for what's about to come over the next, however long this all plays out. It's I don't believe it's as intense as the criminal trial, but it's still a lot of work. I think it's very helpful that Alan is joining, obviously, and Liza, because they know this case like the back of their hand. There are a lot of lawyers that know, this case like the back of their hands. So when you sometimes bring in someone new to catch them up on every little detail, it's hard, unless you followed it from day one. There are things that happened pre-trial first hearing that didn't even make it to second trial. So if you just joined in on the second trial and you're just, oh, wow, this is crazy, you missed half of what really happened and went down. And a lot of the people that watched the second trial didn't even see the people, at the house testify. So it all depends on some of these newer lawyers making sure they're full on board. And I have trust in them. I don't think they would be hired if they were no good. So I think, although having Alan there, knowing this case like the back of his hand, nothing's going to slip through the cracks. Anything that needs to be talked about or brought up will be brought up.
It's a cost to like sometimes like I've been paying for some legal fees, and I've paid a lot of the legal fees are like for research, like for them to watch the show, and it's so to have Alan already on board saves money too, I bet, in a way, even though he's wicked expensive, I'm sure. But the thing I was wondering is the criminal side, because that seemed like I haven't talked to Karen since then, but I feel like the last time she was on the show here, Calling All Beings, you could feel the stress in her about those criminal charges. And now that she won that, Trump gave her the, denied the subpoena of the phone. She's asking for her phones back. It seems like it's going to be over now. Have you talked to her on that?
I mean, let's just hope they should not be able to hold her cell phones. Right. Judge Krupp said, no, you're not going through them. The Commonwealth decides, okay, well, we're going to appeal this to the Supreme Court. But in the meantime, she should have gotten her devices back. Whether they say, okay, preserve it until the decision comes back from the Supreme Court or whatever it is, she should have got the phones back, but they're holding on to them until, further notice, basically, until the Supreme Court makes some type of decision, whether they should be able to go through them or not. But I mean, they probably don't want Karen to get her phones back, because who knows, maybe she loses a phone just like everyone else in this case lost a phone or threw a phone out. I mean, it's like they get to hold her phones. Everyone else is just losing them left and right. I mean, I've never lost a cell phone in my whole entire life.
Me neither.
Right.
I was thinking about that. Have I ever lost a cell phone? Never.
You can track your phone if you lose it.
Right. It's a hard thing to lose. It's like, because,
it's your life. It's on you at all times.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think I lost a wallet when I was a kid, but never a cell phone. And yeah, cell phones and wallets, you just don't lose them. Or I don't think really. I don't get it.
You have some fibers.
Just to let everybody know, it looks like we got full functionality back. I'm able to chat from this one plus the DJ account. Super chats is working. Everything's working. Terry Doria, I got
The website's back up. The pay it might be back up too. It looks like.
Is it? Bia's usually tracking that.
It looks like it's up again.
And there's Mizzy. Hi, Mizzy. Mizzy and the hizzy like Thin Lizzy.
Your donations, you're investing in fairness and oversight. So you're investing in yourself.
Look at Boston Brandy.
You know what I mean? So all these dollars, it's going towards demanding better.
I'm giving you a cut of the cab 401k. That's it, man. You're in now.
What about the 403k?
Yeah, we'll have to talk. Well, that's the financial episode. That's coming up soon.
You mean a 403b? No.
Yeah, we're going to do another financial episode.
Nonprofit to do that one.
Yes.
Oh, Mike Crawford is going to make a guest appearance on the next cab finance episode. I think
used to
his
sell a lot of
agent confirmed that.
403Bs. That was my bread and butter.
There you go.
Government workers and nonprofit.
I can't get it to pull up.
Yeah, the pay it to it is not.
It's not up.
It came up for me, but it doesn't refresh now, so it's.
I know I had watched it. It had already gone over the 66,000.
Okay, team. So then what we have right now is we have as Captain Harris. Thank you very much. First of all, it took us a while to even get the mods in the chat. Julie, Sarah, Captain Jerry Harris is there. I don't know if Bren is here. Renee was in there. Hi, Renee. And we'll talk about you a little bit later. And so we didn't have super chats, wasn't up. Now it looks like we have so we're getting Scooter saying we're getting a 404 era on Karen's.
I see $500 in super chat.
I see some super chats come in on the Young Jerk, so we'll be paying those out too. So definitely.
Thank you very much, Mike. So you've heard it here. If you don't have another vector and you want to use super chat, Mike and Cab will also donate these proceeds to Karen when we receive them. And then we also have PayPal and Venmo, and I'll just keep switching that up. Please take it away. Someone else on the panel that wanted to speak. Would that be Dennis and Brenda? Would that be Joe?
I just want you to know that I'm not Italian either.
You're not a paisan?
Oh, I feel sorry.
French and Swedish and Irish by injection.
I was gonna say, are you Irish? You are Irish. I'm Irish. Where do you get all your recipes? I see all that food that you cook. It looks amazing, Brenda.
Oh, I scour the internet all the time.
Hey, it's a family show. No, I'm just kidding.
Love it.
Everybody got it.
You're still okay to me, Brenda.
Right?
We're working on getting Richie on the link. Hold on a second.
Hi, NH dude. How are you? Welcome. Say hi to Nan for us. And look who's here. Oh, Bia's buddy's here. Go ahead,
Ruthie.
Bia.
Oh, hi, Ruthie. ¿Cómo estás?
There we go.
¿Cómo está?
Awesome. And yeah, we have another celebrated Latina coming up in about 7 minutes with a surprise for everybody. Yeah, like not everybody knows about it, so I can't tell you guys.
No.
Zip it.
Another surprise?
Okay, I can't tell you.
I wish you had told me about Alan Jackson. I wasn't ready for that. I was kind of like.
It was kind of a last minute thing, to be honest.
Oh, wow.
I just hit him up and I was like, hey.
I wasn't ready for that.
I wasn't
That
either.
was fun.
That was
Mike,
great.
It was a good surprise. That's
the hardest thing, though, to be honest, is the time difference, right? Like right now, we're starting at 7 o'clock.
3
He's
hours.
3 o'clock. He's winding down his day at work, so it's always tough sometimes to finagle the getting him somewhere when something's going on here our time. But I'm glad it worked out.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for doing that. That was a big boost to everybody's spirits every time we get to hear from, either Robert or Alan or, David or anybody, any of the folks, and obviously Miss Reed herself. So, I'm really looking forward to our special guest coming up with something for Karen. So, we'll get that. I have the Duck King backstage.
Yes.
But it doesn't look like, it looks like he might have said no. Yeah, Duck King is going to have to, if you would, Dennis, he's going to have to go out and come back in. So if he didn't allow it to use his camera, you have to say yes to allow your camera and mic. And if you say no, it causes all kinds of problems. Oh, yes.
come in and out.
Sarah wanted to point this out. So there you go.
Yes, that's awesome.
Irish by injection.
Yes.
I love how she said that. That was
I
awesome.
love her too. She's the best.
We were down
There
to
goes
senior
a-
center today. We were sharing dirty jokes.
All right, everybody, I want to welcome in a special guest who has something special for Karen. You're hearing her on a lot of shows. She was on with my colleague, Mike Crawford. She's most notably known for being on the JFK show. She's a brilliant orator and an even more wonderful person. So, party people, you know what to do right now, right?
Yes.
Put your hands together for my homie, Jimmy Speaks.
Woo! Hey, girl.
My God.
Can I get it?
You. Oh my God. What a welcome. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
First of all, okay, I got the other one, legend or the T. So you're welcome. You can pick either
that for
or
me?
for you.
Well,
Yes, the
I can't-
legend, the T. Yes.
I can't because Dennis has the legend, so I can't use that one.
Back
So-
to the drawing
T,
board.
honey. We're gonna
Back
give
to
you
the
T.
2BD.
TBD on that.
TBD.
Okay, we'll get with that after. Welcome, Chimmy. For those of you who haven't met him, please take it away, Chimmy.
Oh my gosh. So hello, everyone. What an honor to be here. Alan, oh my God, I could not. I literally almost fell out of my seat. I could just not deal. But truly, what an honor. Like, I'm a New Yorker, so I was very invested in the Karen Read case, and to see corruption play out the way that it did, I just I mean, I know there's probably stuff going on in my backyard, but you know, Karen just took the lead and the priority for me at that point. And I heard it was her birthday, and I'm a
Yeah.
baker, so I
Oh,
made her a
yeah.
little something,
We're gonna have to put her
a little birthday cake,
Oh yeah, hold
which
on.
I
Should we
am
make her?
thoroughly going to enjoy.
Oh,
Oh, nope.
what just happened?
What just
Wait a minute.
happened?
Let me get. Hold up. Let me get. Change out Jimmy. Hang on. Is that nah? Hold on a second,
Oh,
Jimmy. Let
Yes,
me.
DJ is the birthday cake, JK.
Yeah!
I mean, it's very sparkly. This is a very popular style for like all the girls, and it's very demure, very mindful, like Miss Karen. But inside, it's a funfetti cake because I feel like the girl has a little spice. So happy birthday, Karen! What an honor it is to be here, and you know, thank you for doing the work that you're doing with your incredible team, because your case raises so much awareness. And I have a daughter, and I know her future will be much brighter the more that we commit to the truth and to fighting for it. So I just want to thank you for that. And I'm probably going to have some cake later in your honor. But happy birthday! Wow, just being right here is so
Maybe we
wild.
should say happy birthday to Karen?
We should 100. I was
Yes,
just waiting.
I'll hold it for her. I'll hold
right.
it. It's a
All
little
right.
heavy,
We got a
but
cake.
you know.
We got to say it.
We might
All
blow
right.
out the
Alright.
speakers, but
Who's
we'll
going to
try.
lead it?
All right, you let me know when you're ready.
Okay,
Wait,
you ready?
wait, I'll be on the panel.
Ready.
It's so weird to just see myself. You know? I'm gonna hide behind it.
All right, put us all on camera, DJ.
Everyone on camera.
Okay,
yes,
here
yes.
I'll put us all back. Do we want to be
All
like
right.
this?
There we go.
No, this is too
Like
close
this?
up.
Okay.
Too close up.
Close to
nice.
this.
There we go.
Yes.
This show
All right, are we
here.
starting? Do I start it? Who wants to start?
I will. Hold on a sec. Let me
Okay.
get I want to get you and the cake in the middle. So I gotta move Nick Rocco. You know, as bad an idea as that is, because you don't move Nick Rocco anywhere. Nick Rocco only
Stop
moves
it.
Nick Rocco.
Nobody
Oh.
puts Nick Rocco in the
Stop it.
In the
corner.
corner. Nobody.
Oh, it's not, man, it's not working. Today's the day I wish I had a mouse because my, yeah, it's giving me the dictionary when I do that. All right, here we go.
It's all right. It'll just be in the corner.
Happy birthday
to
to you.
Oh boy.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to you.
Cha-cha-cha.
Happy birthday, dear Karen Read. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, yay, Karen. Woo! ahead,
I
girl.
was-
I'm not a singer.
Many, many more.
Feliz.
That's all you, Bea. Oh, no puedo.
Cumpleaños feliz. Okay, that's it.
That's all you, girl. That's all you.
Yeah, in
puedo
Portuguese it's
más.
parabéns pra
Thanks,
você.
bravo.
Okay.
Yes, I can do that. I can do that.
All right, there we go. All right.
Listen,
I don't wanna-
I'm glad I got to see the birthday cake. That was very nice of you to do that.
Nice.
Listen, I'm at an hour here. I'm gonna get off. It was good to see everybody. Thank you to everybody who has donated. And don't forget, you can donate whenever. It doesn't have to be during a live stream or a fundraiser. Her Venmo, PayPal, and the Defense Fund usually works. But in this case, it's a little slower tonight. So you can click at the link tomorrow or any day. I know the donations are well appreciated. And again, DJ, thanks for having me on. Thanks for hosting this again. Every penny goes a long way. And, thanks for everybody being up here on this panel too, showing your support. I know, obviously you guys saw Alan tonight. He really appreciates it. And I'm sure Karen and her family appreciate it as well. With that being said, though, I'm going to sign off and have a good rest of the night, everyone.
One
all right?
question before you go, Nick. One question before you go. Can we get with you and Brandy? Can we get a yes to the two paisans on cab?
Yeah, I'll do it. Just a matter of when.
Brandy?
Yeah. And that for yeah.
Woo!
All right.
The two paisans. All right, Nick.
All right, see you
Send
guys.
her our best.
Have a
Send
good
her our
night.
best.
Have a good night, brother. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, man. Wow. That was awesome.
Nothing like putting us on the spot, DJ.
Yeah, I want to put the pressure on you, Brandy. Let's go, baby. Come on. I just put you in the 401k. What else you want? All
I want
right.
the 403 too.
She's gonna start getting here.
To be fair, you already agreed to this via text like weeks ago.
Yes.
Okay. No, I'm asking
Let me
Brandy.
see that. Let
Yeah,
me see
I know
that.
she did.
She's like,
Did
yeah,
I?
I want to see. I want the receipts.
I don't know if I did.
Evidence.
Hey, let me see the receipts. I didn't agree to nothing.
I don't sleep
So-
much, so I don't know.
All right.
Just kidding.
All right. Boy, I'll tell you what. Kind of Jimmy hit on it. And how Miss Read, is there something particularly inspiring about Miss Read for you?
Me?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, hi. Okay.
Hi.
I think it's her willingness to get to the bottom of things, and her strength is unreal. Like how she's able to do that, knowing she's constantly under scrutiny. Every move she makes is criticized. Everything she does is rewinded. Like she's always under such constant pressure, and she handles it so gracefully. So, that's something that is, for me, like I can learn a thing or two. And she's, she definitely shows how to deal with the crazy amount of attention and how to do it properly. And knowing that she didn't have the experience, like she's not a celebrity per se, like she didn't go into this like becoming, like wanting to be the center of attention. And she's handled it so amazing that, I mean, we can all take a little bit from Karen to see just how much pressure she's been under and how she won't stop until she gets to the bottom of it, as it should be. So it definitely puts fire under my behind to fight for things that are important. And with everything that's going on in the world, whatever pocket of the universe that energy is needed, that's where you should apply it.
I couldn't agree more. And, Bea, like she could have pieced out, right? She could have just said, you know what? I'm free of the criminal charges. I can peace out to somewhere else and say, yeah, I'm good.
But for her, that was just step one, right? So she went through 2 criminal trials, was basically, we know what happened the first trial, and then she was found not guilty. But now she, like Nick said, she wants to, or I'm sorry, not Nick. Alan said, Alan said she wants to prove her innocence. And the thing is that innocent people are the ones that do things like this. Anybody else would have been like, yeah, peace out. But she just, not only does she want to be found not guilty, but she wants to prove her innocence. And if Arca didn't prove her innocence in the first 2 trials, I don't know what will. But thank God she has everything that she's going to be able to use, all the experts, she has an army behind her that these experts like La Pasado, she was on her side. So yeah, she has a long fight, but this is one to clear her name, because her name reputation has been smeared, and she has to continue the fight. And this is why we're here today, to make sure that she gets the support that she needs, and bringing awareness to this case is really important.
Yeah, it's
Thank
not free.
you.
Accountability is not free.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, Brandy, and we can take this around. We can go to Mike Crawford and then Joe and then Dennis and Brenda, and then I'll answer this question myself that I don't even have my answer formulated yet. So,
I mean, I just think it's expensive. You just got to realize that this fight, it costs, it's, I just feel like the fight is to protect the standard, we're not going to lower the standard. We're just asking for like procedures to be followed and making sure that transparency exists. I mean, it comes down to safety. You learn in kindergarten that you should always put safety first. This is about safety, and this should be first. This is top priority. This is a serious case, because Karen Read could be Boston Bia, Boston Brandy, Joe P. It could be Mike Crawford, Dennis, Brenda. We will be the next ones. We absolutely will be the next Karen Read if she doesn't get these people to be exposed in this civil trial. And you can't just say, I don't recall, because when you're in the civil trial, you will be held accountable if your stories don't match up. And the feds are watching, and they're waiting for this trial, because this is where all of the answers from the grand jury to trial 1 to trial 2, they're all going to come together, and you must answer for any inconsistencies. They all must answer. And you know what it costs to get somebody deposed? A lot of money. Do you know how much it costs for transcripts? Thousands of dollars. Thousands of dollars. For me, little old me, who was like pro se and a little probate, they were going to charge me $9,000 for a 4-day trial. $9,000. So I can't imagine. It's got to be costing her. It's got to be about $2 million for this. And you know what I mean? It's like we're fighting for the integrity of the community. I just feel like this is why it's so important to be involved and to help fight if you can, help raise the funds,
we wish you had a little bit more passion, Brandy. You kind of lack that fire. I wish you could kind of dial it up. No, I'm just kidding.
You can see the flames.
Yeah, what I
I was
wanted
going to say, I was like, oh,
get the fire
Brandy.
extinguisher, Ross. I wanted to ask you a question though. And this question is going to go around the panel. Everyone's going to get to answer this. But if you were to sit down at a coffee house with Karen, beyond the normal pleasantries, what would you want to either say to her as a statement or ask her?
Who are you asking?
You, Boston Brandy.
Oh, me?
Girl with the
What would I
straight
ask
hair.
her?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I would just ask her if she was okay. I know she's not. I would just ask her, like, I don't know. How she became so determined. I know she has great, loving parents and she had a good support system at home, but like maybe her future plans or something. But honestly, I don't even want to ask her that. It's none of my business. I would like to know that she's okay from all this, her and her family, that's it really.
Fair enough.
It's none of my business.
Hey, Whitey.
Hey.
We're going to get to you, brother. Mike Crawford, you're sitting down, you're getting past the normal sort of pleasantries. What would you want to ask of Miss Read? Like if you wanted to, what question or statement, what would you want to say to her?
Same way as Brandy. I don't ask her for anything.
No,
what
not
I mean? Like,
ask
I have
for.
some
Not,
access. I know, but even that,
yeah.
Maybe we talk about music. That's what we already do. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So like when I talk to her, message her, like we talk about music and stuff. It's like that's the kind of stuff. Like just like, do you like this band? Did you like this song? Like that's kind of the stuff I would talk to her about. I guess. I think the big thing, I would say, one of the reasons I like Karen so much is she sets boundaries. And the boundaries, and she's strong, and she doesn't give up. She's wicked intelligent. She's like the #1 force on her legal team. So like when we're fundraising for her and throwing money down for her, like it's gonna be well spent. Like she's not gonna be wasted. It's gonna be to get justice. And the fact is, Michael Proctor lost his phone. That tells you everything about this civil situation. They're still afraid. He's lost his phone. Think about that, people. Like Proctor is obviously afraid. He lost his phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if they're still doing crazy shit like that, they're still, after all what we saw, 2 criminal trials, they're still doing crazy shit. That should tell you a lot. And I think Karen knows that. And I can't wait to see what happens. Yeah, 3 venues. We got federal, we got 2 state. it's gonna, like Brandy said, it's gonna cost a shitload of money. So I hope everyone kicks in. You got a Venmo, you got a PayPal, you got the, the fund that's down right now, unfortunately, the website, but save it, link it up. Make sure you go back later tonight or tomorrow if it doesn't come alive during the show. But I just, please, people donate, because she is fighting. We have to help her. That's all. This is all people want to say. How can we help? Give her money. That's it. And if you can't afford 100, 500, give her $5, $10, whatever you can give her. And if you have a rich uncle, a rich sister, get them involved and say, hey, especially if they gave before, and say, hey, this is just as important, because Michael Proctor and them doesn't have Judge Bev this time to protect them. There's 3 different venues. So there's going to be multiple places where all of these people can be deposed. And civil, it seems like, allows a lot more questioning, a lot more. And that's why the feds are going to be so into this too, because we're going to have much more that we can learn in many venues. It's not going to be restricted. It's not going to be Judge Canoni. So let's go, people. Like, give as much as you can. I'm going to be donating tonight. Trust me on that. And like you earlier said, anyone who gives on the Young Jerks or Calling All Beings tonight, we're going to give the Super Chat money. That's what we do. We've done it before. We're going to do it again. All the money. And the good thing for me is I'm going to be making less this year, it looks like, on YouTube. So I don't have to pay as much tax on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and corruption raises your taxes. So let's nip this in the butt.
Yeah.
You got to stop it.
Those are great points, Mike, that you made right there. What's interesting is you said people are going to testify 3 times. So they're not going to be able to give testimony in one civil proceeding in which they're going to have the transcripts and then change their story in the next one. So I think that's really great. I'd like to welcome to the stage Mr. James White, who I've never met before. So hello, Whitey. How are you?
Hello. Good. How are you?
Good to meet you,
Thanks for
Whitey.
having me.
Yeah, buddy.
It's a play. Yeah, I know that you're friends with everybody here. I haven't met you. I don't know if Mike has met you. Have you met? I don't know if Mike, you guys have met.
Whitey?
But
Many times.
We've met.
We've been around.
So Whitey, if you would tell us, if you were to sit down with Karen and you were going to ask her something, what might you say to her? What would you ask her a question, or would you make a comment if you were sitting having coffee with her? Be prepared for this one, Joe.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I guess I would really ask her if she's able to enjoy her life now, to whatever extent that could possibly be, considering what she's been through, the circumstances that she was involved in, and the outcome of the first 2 trials, and now that she's dealing with the civil, hopefully, she would be able to enjoy some aspects of her life,
Yeah, I think my JFK sent over here. Thank you, JFK. My question her is similar to yours, but I'm going to save it because there's people before me. So let's get to Mr. Joe P., who is like yourself, an ardent supporter and somebody who stands out and all that. Joe, what would you say having coffee with Karen?
Oh, just to thank her for her strength and willpower to go through this terrible ordeal. And, she is standing up for everybody in this state that, the corruption that's involved in this, and the funds do help, absolutely. But yeah, just to, try to get through this and have a most favorable outcome in all this.
I think that she really is really an inspiration thing, and you just want to tell her that. And I know she's heard that, but you don't get tired of saying it because it's how you feel. It's genuine. We have a couple of legends in the house. Some people call them Dennis and Brenda Sweeney. What would you like to say, Brenda, to Karen? I know that you've spoken with her, but and maybe you've had coffee with her one-on-one, but what would you want to say or ask?
I would ask her, what else can I do to help? because I just can't imagine everything she has to handle. And it might be the simplest little thing, but whatever she needs, that's what we're there for.
It's like a daughter. Does she feel like
They
another?
call me old.
Huh? No.
She's only 29 today. Isn't that what Alan said?
And I'm only 39 today.
The pregnancy was young. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
that's it.
Okay. Dennis, what would before I get in trouble, Dennis, bail me out here. What would you want to ask?
I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't ask him anything. You know why? Because ever since I've actually known her, and when I talked to her, I don't think I've ever asked her a question. I just listen. And when I've talked to her, I've just talked to her like she's just my friend, my daughter, I should say, more than a friend. I mean,
He's old.
I'm old, you know. And my other daughter's up on the corner there.
Hi,
You
Mom
know, I
and
mean, that's just the way it is. I don't know. That's my answer.
Yeah, I totally understand. I mean, and you know, you've had a chance to speak with her and say things to her. Jimmy, did I get to ask you what you would say if you were sitting having coffee with her?
No, but I mean, her fashion.
Yeah.
I mean, I would
those
just,
shoes,
I would just
Karen?
be like, girl, T, tell me everything, because she's so stylish and just like gorgeous. Like, I would just be like, tell me everything about all your fashion choices, the who, the what, the where. I want to know everything. And then I would give her some of this cake because I did cut into it. I have no shame about that. It's very yummy. It's real for anyone questioning if it's not real. It is.
You're a cake
Send
artist.
it over.
Send it over.
Yes, I wish I totally could. If I ever get the opportunity to be over there, I will 100% bring cake and cookies and all the things. Because I used to do this professionally,
Thank you, Ken.
but I just didn't. I don't know. After this certain period that happened to all of us and lockdown, things kind of changed. But I will never miss an opportunity to waste every single calorie on a piece of cake with Kerrygold butter. Period. Like I will have all the Kerrygold butter. I got you.
I'm down. I want to make
We
sure
gotta
I'm
work
invited.
something out. We gotta work something out.
Yeah. Mike said,
I'm
yeah,
all about
but
the
if it's-
food.
he's got
I'm
the
all about
Irish
the
butter.
food.
Bring it on.
He's a
Give
tourist
me
like
all the
me.
food.
So
I want
duh.
Brandy's meatballs too. I bet she has some good meatballs. I'm just guessing.
Listen, you got the meatballs. I got the dessert. Let's go.
What a panel we had. I just thought of a tangential question and I completely lost it. It had nothing to do with Karen Read. It had to do with you guys. So I'm gonna have to try to regain it. But I'm gonna pass it over to my homie, the Boston Bia.
All right. So the question is, if I was at a coffee shop, let's see. I think I'd just say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you were the strong one that had to be picked for this, because I do feel that she was chosen for a reason. I think she was the one who was chosen to bring out the corruption. But I also want to say, gee, I'm sorry, because she had created a good life for herself, and to have to give it all up, to fight for your freedom. It's an experience that none of us can imagine. And that's why we all say we know that Karen Read could be any of us, because, we all work hard on creating our lives, our families, and she was chosen for a reason. And I would just say, I'm sorry, and keep fighting because you were chosen.
It's interesting that, they say, God gives you tasks and never more than what he thinks you can do. And there's probably people that have gone through, SEAL training that have said, I don't know if I can do one more day, I don't know if I can make it to dinner. But I once heard a guy who went through Delta Force selection, and he said he would go by hours. I just got to make it to the next hour. If I can get through the next hour, and then you get to, and Mike probably, from, wrestling practice sometimes would be like, do I really want to do this when you don't feel good and you don't want to go to practice? But yeah, I just got to get through the next hour. Well, clearly Karen is somebody who had the internal constitution to do this in a way that maybe none of us on this panel would have, certainly not me. That I don't think I could have handled what she has. So I guess my question to her, so I should answer my own question since I asked you guys a tough question. Now I have to come up with one that sounds okay. I guess I would ask her to try to look into her own future and try to project and just try to like close your eyes and picture 3 years from now, all these cases are over. Let's say that you won some funds so that you can recoup, in essence, at least materially what you've lost. Emotionally, you can never recoup that. But I would ask her, what would bring you joy? What would you want to see happening in your life if you look 3 years into the future? You won a civil judgment that financially, materially, you were able to recoup. What would you want to do? What do you think of that one, Chimmy? Is that okay? Uh-oh, everybody's on mute.
Yeah, we're all on mute.
Okay.
That was
Hi,
great.
guys.
Thank you,
We're
DJ.
doing a panel here. Yeah, hey, everybody.
Great job,
Welcome
DJ.
back.
Good answer.
Hey,
Good answer.
Thank
Period,
you.
period.
Welcome back to
I'm
the
just
show,
dreaming
Mike.
about
We got a
cake over
panel.
here. Don't mind me. No, I'm kidding.
So DJ, can we just give the floor real quick to Brandy? She's going to get going, but she just wanted to say goodbye. But
Brandy,
great job
it
on your
was
answer.
so nice. I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. No, thank you, DJ. I appreciate you and Bia always. I just,
Really?
my kids and my dog are calling me. I told them an hour. And I just want to say to Karen, I mean, here's to another year of grit, faith, and refusal to back down. You know what I mean? Good luck and everything. We'll be here till the end. We'll support you. And everyone else, please, if you can, make a donation. And everyone else, have a good night. It was nice to be able to share the space with you. And everyone stay safe, please.
Boston, Brandy, everybody.
Thanks, Brandy.
Bye, Brandy.
Bye, Brandy.
Love you.
Jazz hands, everybody, for Brandy. All right, there we go. There we go.
You know, I'm always in for a moment like that. You know.
Yeah. The moment. Wait. Oh, now we're gonna get into nicknames again. We got to table that for now.
Table it.
I'm already in trouble for stealing one of Bia's nicknames that you gave her. So, and
she is the icon. I mean, we had the legend, but you know, the moment is you. So I don't know. I gotta think. I gotta ponder.
Yes, we have time. I mean, this isn't time sensitive, so we're okay. So yeah, coming up in that we should see James Jackson in the next hour from the JFK show. We may see other colleagues from JFK show. They're all invited. Kev, Jay Brill. Jay Brill, I believe, is driving his daughter through the snow to New Hampshire. So I don't know that if he's going to make it, but you know what? We'll have fun. Joe, have you ever decided to go out into the street and protest anything previous to Karen Read?
No. I held some, political signs for candidates. That's as far as I've gone before this.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I never thought I would have to do something like this. I was not available for the first trial. I had a huge work project, and I was basically a horn beeper. I would drive by the courthouse and beep at the horn, beep at the all the supporters. And then now I figured, remember they put in that no beeping ban in front of the courthouse? I think I was part of that.
Did you get a ticket?
No, this was before that. But later, remember in the second trial, in the hearings, the state police, I saw them writing up people.
Oh, yeah, they were pulling people over.
Yeah,
It
I
was
saw
ridiculous.
it
We saw that.
firsthand. Yeah. I mean, I saw him pull over a bus driver. One of our supporters, she had beeped, and 3 state troopers came over and they grabbed, asked for a license and gave her a ticket.
Un-American. That's so un-American.
Yeah, right in front of us. I mean, we're all standing in front of the courthouse, and it's like, really, is this what this is all about with these the Mass State Police?
They made them look worse too, doing that crap.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like you already have a crisis, and this is the way you handle it.
Yeah, and all the resources that went to it. I mean, I've talked to some of the troopers. They were probably the same age as my oldest son, And I'm like, what barracks are you out of? Oh, we're out of the Framingham barracks. I go, really? They go, yeah, we get a call for these details to to go to the courthouse, and we go all over. And I'm like thinking, like, wow, I mean, you should be on the highway giving out tickets.
It was ridiculous too. Like even
Yeah,
as a journalist going down there trying to stream, they wouldn't let me stream without like court approval, which they never gave me. The court would never get back to me. Recently, I've made a stink. They finally gave me court approval, but it's just the whole system, even with free speech and being a journalist, with
yeah,
those courts and what Bev Canone and the state police did, it's just absolutely ridiculous. Way
yeah,
overreach.
yeah. Buffer zone. I
Yeah.
mean, who ever heard of a courthouse having a buffer zone?
Thank you.
That's crazy.
Oh, it's every week we go there. Even the last week we went there, the hearing was at 2:00. They won't let us in until 10 minutes to 2. He says, "That's just a public court. Every other courthouse we go to, but every other county court, wherever, Plymouth, Bendel, you go to Brockton, any one of the courthouses, you can walk right in, sit down, get warm. You can wait to go in. Not there. They make us stand up, but every other member of their side, they walk right in.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
ridiculous."
Yeah, and then later, remember, they wouldn't
still
let us
doing it.
wear certain types of clothing. Remember, that was a
Oh, yes.
restriction.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
give me a
now we
break.
own a lot of pink.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I don't wear pink. I couldn't wear pink.
you're too tough. I mean, come on. You're
I'm
a
like,
Paisan. What are you gonna do?
hey,
here?
I'm
Wear
like
pink?
Mazza.
The
Hey,
freaking girls
Mazza.
over here.
Hey,
Yeah, the
hey,
times you
hey.
can wear pink today. It's all
Yeah,
right.
I know, but
Oh, yeah, it's
but
true.
Mazza was like,
2026.
yeah,
Yeah, my collar, for goodness sakes. Come on.
Yeah.
I was going to say there's a question here for Brenda Sweeney. So I'd like to answer that one. It says, how does Brenda get the courage to speak at the town meetings? How does it feel seeing her voice is making change? Miss Sweeney.
Well, it's not an easy thing to do, and it's not something I ever thought that I would be doing, but it just blows my mind what goes on in the town of Canton. And honestly, once I started seeing Rita and Jen O'Donnell and Sean Colburn and all the other citizens standing up, and Kevin Colby, Carol, all of them, it just gave me the courage to find my voice. And it every week is the same thing. It's not easy, but it's a lot of people in this town tell me that they can't say anything because of the fear. So
So you feel like you're there. I'm sorry, I didn't interrupt somebody. Go ahead, please. Whoever was going to speak. Nobody. Okay.
no, I just feel like I just feel like I can do it, so I will.
Yeah, it's interesting. You have something there kind of similar to what with like Boston Brandy. I think a lot of people feel like she speaks for them, and I think a lot of people think you also speak for them in a different venue. While she's speaking on Twitter, you're speaking publicly, and that's pretty amazing. Let me just tell people here that are having problems with the link. I was able to just go to this link. So I'm going to post it once again. Right there. This is Karen Read Civil Defense Fund. So it worked for me. And looks like it's 117,290 is the number. So yeah, Brenda, seeing you stand up and do that, I mean, it's kind of like you and your husband, you have this thing that when somebody kind of like, you know what, like, I don't know if I can do this anymore. And then they kind of see you two and they go, well, yeah, I guess I can. So it's pretty amazing. Mike Crawford, if I could, Mr. Crawford, you have covered many things in your career. And how has this affected you and changed or affected the course of your journalistic and broadcasting and advocacy endeavors, all three maybe?
me going, honestly. I was like kind of done with it, honestly. Even though I had covered and broke probably one of the biggest stories of my life before this, it kind of fizzled out, even though it did like kind of change things, but it was in the cannabis space, and I just got tired of that space because it's very sold out. It's like bankrupt. It's like you're kind of like peeing in the wind. You know what I mean? Like everyone, it just. And I broke the biggest story in that space for like that year, which was the death of a worker, a 27-year-old, and her family came on, and we did get like changes within DPH with OSHA. OSHA did new guidelines even nationally. Like that story really broke, but it was kind of like I'm kind of done with this, and I didn't know what I was gonna do. And when this came along, it was kind of like because I had almost quit before Lorna died. That was the biggest story that I had ever covered. So I almost quit before, and then I got that, and I said, "All right, I'm going to keep going." So it's like two stories in a row that kept me going, basically, because I had been doing this for a long time, and there's a lot of ups and downs in this stuff. And even the way the mediums change, like we used to do internet radio, and then I was a print writer, so I was writing weekly for, one of the best publications in Boston. But all these publications have gone out of business. Like COVID wiped out a lot of the independent print journalism, and so like that weekly gig was gone. And internet radio stations, we closed that down. Like we had gone independent with this dude and started our own internet station. And then when COVID hit, it's like I'm not gonna have people in the studio, and and places are closing. We're not gonna get sponsors, so we're not gonna pay rent. We had a studio, and it was like we're closing down basically. And so when COVID came, it was like, all right, I can try to do a Zoom show, and that's when I got the Lorna story. And then I was like, all right, that kind of ran its course, and you kind of just beating a dead horse doing the same story over and over again. And so I was kind of shutting it down. And when Karen came along, it was like, oh my God. And now it feels like, you know what? There are other stories. People are coming to us. When Nick was talking about that today, I was like, I got stories I'm going to be covering. People are hitting me up. There's other corruption in Massachusetts, and we're finding it all the time. And sometimes it's not even me. Sometimes it's Ted Daniel. And like Nick was talking about that story where this police officer, Mass State Police kills somebody, OUI basically, and they let him off. They let him off, and he kept his job, and he's working for the DA's office in Middlesex County, and it's like now that's coming out. Like there's so many stories of corruption. So for me, it kept me going. And it let me know I can actually do this and make a little money to kind of support the cost of it, because there was always a cost. You're paying for StreamYard. You're paying, people don't think about it, but it's not a huge cost, but there is some cost to do this stuff. So for me, I was always just like, let's just try to break even. That was and to actually make a profit on it after all these years, it was like, okay. And it was kind of like a boost, like, wow. Like I always look at, if you're not making money on something, there's no value to it. Like that's the reality. The market talks. And when the money came in, it was like, okay, I'm going to spend more time doing this now. Instead of doing a show once a week, maybe I'll do it 2, 3, 4 times a week. You know what I mean? And so now it's become more of a full-time gig for me compared to when I was full-time dog walking and the show was kind of a hobby. So it has changed my life, and it's given me kind of a second, third, fifth wind, whatever you call it, because I've been doing this for a long time. Like I said, there's been a lot of ups and downs. So, and especially to be part of it, to see Karen win this, it felt good. Like it felt good. Like we raised all this money. There's a community. We're all fighting for the same thing. So it felt good. I think I kind of, that's it.
No, covering Karen Read has certainly changed a lot of channels. I mean, I think we had somewhere around 3,000 subscribers, and now we're at almost 10. We're 100 and something away. I didn't cover it because of that. I just did it because I was like, I could not believe what was happening. I just couldn't believe in it. And that really comes from people that like me that weren't in the true crime space, didn't know that this kind of thing has happened before many, many, many times, but we weren't aware of it, and it hit home, and it really hurt. And I'm curious for James White, what did what was it that drew you in, or that keeps you here?
Well, first and foremost, I grew up in Canton. I lived there most of my life. So I heard about the case. I had moved when the crime was committed, and I heard about it on the news, and that's about all I really followed up since, until my brother had called me and asked me about if I had heard about the cover up in Canton. And I wasn't in the circles in Canton at the time. I was in Rhode Island. So I asked him, I said, "What are you talking about? Cover up? What cover up?" And he had mentioned Turtle Boy and what he had started reporting. So he said, take a look and let me know what you think. And as soon as I did that, I was hooked. Not just because of the circumstances of the case, but all the people that I knew that were involved one way or another. And so, yeah, it drew me in hook, line, and sinker because of the familiarity I had with all these people. So I just had an inkling to find out what was going on, and it kept me involved, and it got me even more involved when I started to show up at select board meetings, expressing my concern for what was going on.
You did a great job.
Thank you. Just looking for some answers, some accountability, and I was shocked to find out that nobody was willing to even talk about it, let alone discuss some of the things that were going on. And so, yeah, that just drew me in even further. And the more I learned about the particulars of the case, the more I realized that there was something seriously wrong. And that's why I devoted more and more time to going to hearings and standouts, and because I wanted to get to the truth, and I wanted some people to at least be held accountable for their actions. And unfortunately, Karen's been acquitted, but we haven't really got a whole lot of accountability moving forward. So that's why I will continue to stay at the forefront of the movement, boots on the ground, just to get some answers, get some truth and transparency out there that we were all looking for.
If I can ask one follow up before I go to Chimmy, do you think, Whitey, if let's say that justice were served tomorrow and there was some level of accountability that made you cheer, and perhaps you're like dancing in a circle and you're toasting Dennis Sweeney with some sort of a Pilsner or a Bach beer or something or maybe even a Guinness, right, Dennis? Come on. So what do you think you would do next? If you achieve the dream and you see some measure of justice exacted against those responsible, what do you think you would do next? Would you look for another case or another victim like Karen? What do you think you would do next?
Honestly, I wouldn't necessarily look for something else immediately. I mean, like I said, what drew me in was my hometown, and I was just blown away that the people that I once knew, not a lot of them were intimately known, but I knew them. I hung around with them for many years ago. So that's what's kind of anchored me into this case. But unfortunately, there's so many others. In particular, Sandra Birchmore. I would hope to see her case come to fruition as well. Some of the other cases that are involved with Canton as well. But yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to continue to advocate for justice for people, because just there's so much injustice out there. It's tiresome. You know, you got to take your moments and then take time off to kind of recharge, and then if you want, re-engage. You know.
That totally makes sense to me. That totally makes sense to me. The young lady up above you who was kind enough to use her incredible skills to create a cake tonight for Karen Read. And I think we got to see 4 or 5 different cakes. And even Jimmy is able to design a cake where the design actually comes onto her. And the design was part of on her face and the cake, which is really amazing. So you're quite talented. And thank you for sharing that, your artistry tonight.
Thank you so much. I mean, it's such a, first of all, Mrs. Sweeney, like your speeches are so inspirational. What you're able to accomplish in 3 minutes that you're given is legendary. Like I watch just to watch you and I'm just like, I want to be like that. I want to be able to get all of my thoughts concise in 3 minutes and just do that, because a lot of like people my age and younger, they're not advocating in the same way because they're not as invested in their communities. So being able to see that and then being able to translate it or apply it in a different way. Like, I'm like, should I start a channel and like bake cakes and talk about these situations? I don't know. Just something to kind of get people to talk about what's happening, because information and knowledge is power, and people forget how important it is to stay informed. We may not be able to change everything overnight, but everyone plays a very important role in change happening. So if you're able to, in your 3 minutes, just really call it out for what it is in the most amazing way possible, that's your role. You know, like mine can be different. You know, DJ, just having these conversations just keeps the momentum going for change to happen. So I just want to commend you, because it's so awesome to see you, and you're truly making a difference, even all the way in New York. So
I agree as well.
I didn't know if she's talked about Brenda or me, but it's better if it's for Brenda.
you're so funny. It's for all of us, DJ.
Okay, thank you.
Everybody does it in their own way.
Yeah, that's
Nobody
true.
shreds like Brenda does.
That's a fact.
She's
I
a
have to
cheese
agree,
grater.
that's a fact.
The
She's
select
amazing.
board. She's like a Parmesan wheel against a good brusque grater. Jimmy, how do you think your voice and what you might do with it next as a result of what you've experienced with Karen? Like, what do you see for your future as inspired by events that you've been speaking about over the last several months?
Well, I think if anything, and I've discussed it with you privately as well, I think that I kind of came out of nowhere. And my background is only in baking and art, but I'm able to translate the very little wisdom that I've gained over the years to an audience in a way that is translating for them. And just with talking about relatable issues, whether it's Kelsey Fitzsimmons and like the postpartum aspect, as a mom, I can kind of speak to that. The issues that Karen has encountered. It's just using your voice and being cautious with it, because when you understand that your voice carries power and influence, that's a big responsibility, and one that I certainly will not take for granted. So anything that I speak on, I think about thoroughly. I try to weigh out what the consequences are. I'm not going to crash out on the internet or even it's just, we have to just do better and know that we have a choice to do better. So I'm choosing to actively choose better all the time. And sometimes I won't get it right, but I think that it's just staying as informed and being able to communicate to people who are willing to listen. It's not about converting anyone, because everyone has a right to exist as they choose. But if there's these people that are kind of in the middle and unsure which direction to go, maybe my words might influence them to choose differently. So that comes with a lot of responsibility. And I wish more people in higher positions would take that role that they're given. With taxpayer funding, we pay for these people to be in these institutions. But since there's such a clear abuse of power, it doesn't seem that they really care about the words that I'm saying. You know, like I'm here mindful about what I'm saying to your audience, but these people are not mindful about how our money is being spent or how they don't hold others accountable. So I guess it's just using your voice, being responsible with it, and always choosing to do better is what I would like to do and continue to do.
Yeah, and I'd like to follow your example as well. Deborah Jean that I see in the chat there, if you are Deborah from Franklin, no offense to you Cantonites, I love Franklin, Mass. So let me know if that's you. And I don't want to say your last name because it's not on there, even though you used to have it on there, but you don't have it on there now. Boston Bia, you were a working mom.
Am.
Well, you're doing a lot more now. I mean,
I was gonna say,
when you look at the things that you were doing then, to what you're doing now, because you know one of your children is out of the house, the other one's still in the house, but she's graduated now and all that. But you were a working mom, is what you were.
I know,
now,
I'm just teasing you.
Now, bad Bia.
Trying to throw you off your game. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Oh, it's great to throw me off my game during a live show.
Of course.
So this is for our
Go
phone
for
calls.
it. Go for it.
You were a working mom,
Yeah.
and now, I mean, you find yourself an advocate. You've been a standout warrior when Dennis can cajole you into getting out there. You have gone to these events, the Nacho Nights events. You are now a YouTube host, sometimes host, sometimes co-host. You're a guest on a number of other people's shows, and someone who's kind of like Jimmy, you're in demand to be on other people's shows. What is it like to go through that sort of a metamorphosis in your life?
Well, I think because I believed in the cause, the battle that this poor innocent woman was facing, I think she brought out this side of me that I didn't realize I had. This need to fight, or this want to fight for somebody who I don't, know. It just brought a side of me that I didn't realize I even had for advocacy, and how much you can believe in something and want to speak up. And that's what brought me to the standouts initially a few years ago, was the fact that I watched the whole trial. I spent endless amount of time on YouTube, listening to shows, recapping, re-listening to everybody's, all the law tubers. After watching the trial all day long. I don't even know how I got any work done, by the way, because my mind has not fully been on my work for a very long time, because I'm somehow always thinking about, everything around the advocacy. But to kind of get to the point here, I didn't realize that I had it in me to be able to speak up. I used to not like to public speak. Speaking in a format like this would make me nervous and I would stumble over my words. But I think when you have something that's so strong that you're fighting for, you put that all aside. The first day I showed up at the sidewalk in Dedham, I was interviewed by Christina Rex. And I was just like, I was so sure of what I was speaking about. The fear went away. So, when you believe in something that's greater than anything you've ever believed in, and that's what this Karen Read case is for me and has been, just something that's so powerful, and you want to just scream it from the rooftops, because this is an injustice that we don't want anyone to ever face again. And you sympathize for the people that have, innocently prosecuted, because, it's one thing to see it in the movies, but when you see it play out in real life, it's incredible, because you can't believe that the world is this unfair. But it's going to take strong people like Karen Read to make changes. And I think that's what I'm behind. It's the power that Karen Read has brought out in all of us, and the fight. So Thank you. Sorry, that was a long,
that was
long one.
that was perfect.
It was
That
amazing.
That was
Stop.
great. Yeah, that was great. So Joe, look, why should people be donating to this? I mean, people could look at this and say, well, she's free of the criminal charges. Why should people be donating?
Well, because it doesn't stop here. I mean, this is going to keep going on for years, and you know, like I said, this state, one party government, and you got too much government to begin with, and you have to fight against that, which is crazy. We're paying for their salaries. We're putting our money towards what they're doing, and that's not right. And they're supposed to be looking out for us, protecting our rights, and this is backwards. They're weaponizing the system against innocent people, and that's wrong. There's no way. There's no way that has to keep going on.
Yeah, because life isn't fair, but the justice system is supposed to be fair.
Yes.
So it's supposed to be. There's a blindfold on that woman. We know it hasn't been fair. I know there's been all kinds of different metrics. It could your background, your skin color, your financial status could determine how justice would weigh on you. But even in this case, none of that, even because Karen Read was the right color person. She is of the area. She is Irish Catholic. She should have been a shoo-in to go, hey, this girl didn't do it. Why should? But no, those other guys were police officers. So we got to protect them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's so frustrating when I think about it. I can't even go there. So right now, I'm going to turn the hosting over to Boston Bia and Chimmy. Take it over, ladies.
All right.
What? Oh my
All right.
gosh. What an honor.
Hey, also, with that, I think I'm going to call it a night. I've been on here too long. I'm looking at the time. I'm like, wow, I was supposed to be here on
Time flies.
and I'm way
It goes
over.
by so fast. Yeah.
I'm way
Go to
over.
bed, Joe.
Hey, thank
did
you,
great,
DJ.
Joe.
Thank you, Bia. Thank you, everybody on the panel. We're all fighting for the same thing, and we're gonna win.
Hey, thank you,
Right.
Paisan.
Yeah.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.
Great job, Joe.
Bye.
Bye, Joe.
Thank you.
You're a pro now.
All right. And this is a good time for me to take a bio break.
Yeah.
Now I've turned it over to Boston B and Chimmy, I'm taking a bio break. I'll be right
There
back.
you go. All right.
All right.
All right. We got this. Do you have any questions for the panel? Anything you'd like to know? So we have three amazing Canton residents sitting around you.
Yes. Well, I mean, I think it's more, how do we bridge the gap to generate interest for the youth? Because I feel like kids nowadays are just so distracted. Like you can't compete with an iPad. And I mean, for my daughter, it's a very strict policy. We try to enforce a lot more creativity, drawing, and here, get in the kitchen, learn how to do this. But I know a lot of parents don't have the capacity to do that. So obviously your advocacy and the results you get impacts my generation and the generation before, after me and going forward. So I'm just trying to understand the best way to make this interesting so that more people can stand up and be a lot more interested in what's happening in their communities. Because I think a lot of people are just exhausted with the constant information overload and not knowing what to believe. And with AI now, it just becomes this whole big, where do you even start? So I guess, what advice do you have for the youth to become more active? What can we do to kind of bridge that gap? Do we need to do little cake sessions? Do we need to bake together and talk about things? I don't know, but I'm trying to figure that out.
I think part of the problem with youth is this instant gratification that they get from those devices. And that's a tough one. I mean, we never had that luxury. We learned to wait the hard way, and I think that's a really big struggle to get them involved because it's not going to happen overnight, especially the civil trial.
Right.
Yeah.
Father
Also,
Stanton, I'm hoping that we just got this new chief, and unless he's just got a gift of gab, I mean, I think he's pretty sincere in the way he wants to get involved with the community and people like us. He wants to, have sit down, breakfast, coffee hour, what have you, and talk with us and get our insights, and maybe we can get him. Hopefully, get some of these young police officers that are coming in, because right now the ones up top, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, should all go, but that's neither here nor there. But the younger guys we got, the new recruits they're going to get, is now the time to get them involved. Maybe get a youth basketball game with the police playing the kids or something. Start with something like that. I never seen that in the town right now.
Yeah, community policing.
We got a new guy running, this kid David Close running the select board, and he's got some beautiful ideas out there. He's the kind of guy I think that might just hop on with this chief and be able to communicate with him and get things rolling too, with the select board members we're going to have now too. So hopefully it works out.
He's got to win first.
He's going to win first,
What are your thoughts on that, Whitey?
well, I honestly, and I was guilty when I was younger. I didn't participate in active engagement in civic responsibilities. I don't know when the first time I voted in an election was, but it wasn't, 18. I didn't vote right away. I might have voted in an election or two, but I wasn't engaged enough, until I got older and realized that a lot of things were going on behind the scenes where I could have been, I could have contributed in a positive way and not just let it happen, and get out of hand like, my town actually did. So I think just almost like an early engagement in civic responsibilities, whether it's just volunteering or being a part of the election process, just in your town alone, just keeps you in connection with the rest of the town and the functions of what's going on in the town. And you're a little closer to all of that, you're not kind of separated because of your age.
Right. And I think, sorry, DJ.
No, you go ahead, ma'am, please.
No, I was just going to say, like, as you were all speaking, and thank you for answering that. It's just, there's just so much mistrust in all of our institutions. And that just goes for every generation can see it. Like, it's so blatantly obvious that there's just a lot of corruption going on everywhere. And it's building that trust is the hard part, because it's just like, I struggled with that now. It's like, I don't know. Like, to me, I'm like, clean them all out, get them out of here. Like, like at this point, it just becomes this battle where it's like, yes, we need certain systems in place, but these systems are not functioning properly because there's just been such a massive hole that has been opened of, like, you cannot believe that our money has been funding other people getting rich. Like, what? And like, our roads are still like crappy. Our schools are suffering. Right. Like, one thing I remember being just appalled by is that, American kids for school lunches, if they can't afford to buy a school lunch, they're given like milk and like a cheese sandwich. How are they supposed to function for the rest of the day? And like, this is the generation that's going to take care of, me when I get older, and like, it just starts with this, like, not understanding really, how do we rebuild that trust? I don't know. I don't have the answer to that. But what I do know is that it can't continue this way. And we definitely need a lot more people advocating in any way possible, connecting with the youth in an honest way. Because I think, even our higher authorities and people we put in office are being questioned right now for their integrity. So it's just normal everyday people being like, hey, like, you got to pay attention to what's going on over here. And what you can do in your own community is the best, is a good place to start. But I'm going to think about it, because I really now, like, being up here and speaking with you guys are very inspirational for the work that you do. and it is inspiring others like myself. So, maybe I'll have a way to show people a different route. I don't know. Through art. I don't know. We'll see.
I want to stitch back, and people are wanting you to talk about your work with sexual assault victims. So we're going to need to get into that in a second. But to stitch back to what Whitey said is that getting involved. We had this discussion briefly. I was doing some training today with military guys, supervisory training, and how people didn't said, "Oh, I don't even vote," or "I didn't, I've never voted and don't care." And I wanted to point out that if you go back to Selma, Alabama in 1965, and if you were black, you weren't allowed to vote. And people literally died on the streets of Selma, Alabama, attacked by who? By Alabama state troopers, trampled by horses, talking about there was the first march, which was Bloody Sunday, and then the subsequent march in which Dr. Martin Luther King led, and they marched all the way to Montgomery. I think it was like 50 miles. So yeah, people died for that right. So if you think it's not important to be involved and to let your vote count, I would ask you to go and look at the histrionics on the march at Selma and Bloody Sunday. And then you'll say, you know what? I should vote. Somebody died for this. Somebody that had the right, but just was denied the right simply because of the color of their skin. So anyway, going back to this advocacy, and I think people wanted you to okay, someone's trying to be okay. So yeah, if you would, Julie, the mod is telling me that person is being a smart ass. So if you would please get rid of that person, because anybody that's trolling Chimmy is clearly a moron.
I have one thing to say to that.
Yeah.
Actually, 2 words. God bless. That's all I'm going to say about that. Love ya.
Yeah.
DJ, do we have anyone backstage?
Nobody's backstage. We're
Okay.
awaiting James Jackson and Jay Brill, but now, it didn't used to do that, Bia. Like they would be backstage and you wouldn't know. Now it actually gives you a tone and it'll come up on my screen. But you are correct. And in the let's say last year, year and a half ago of StreamYard, you didn't know if they were backstage. They'd be like texting you, "Hey man, I'm backstage. Can you let me up?" So anyway, Dennis, it's so interesting that look at the people on screen that have been brought together as this. How else would you and Brenda have met Chimmy, and have met a James Jackson or Bia or myself, but for this case, it's brought all these people together.
Yeah, but I never knew anybody in Canton, to be honest with you. I grew up in this neighborhood, basically, and all of the people that we, I've been here almost 30 years, almost 28 years, 29, something like that. I hung around with all these police officers. We had parties, went to football game, everything. And now it's just a complete thing. But thank God I get friends like Whitey and Joe and all these people I've met, Timmer. There's so many, Jack County, there's hundreds of them, And I never knew any of these people before this, It's great. I love it.
And against your better judgment, you've stayed friends with me. So
Not too hard to get along with everybody. Just treat people like you want to be treated. If everybody did that, there'd be no bullshit going on, But whatever.
It's 100% true.
Be positive. That's all.
I got to give it back to Boston and Bia and shit. They got to get, because I know they're getting ready to get rid of me. So I'm just kidding. Oh,
not true.
So we do have another true crime superstar that has just entered backstage. Boy, her analysis is so deep that it blows my mind because I do not have the ability to do what this woman does. And so we want to celebrate her arrival. Party people, put your hands together for Lana Oriani from Truth and Transparency. Get her.
Lana, oh my God.
What's up, girl?
Hi. Oh, I can't.
Hi, sweeties.
Every time I see you.
Hi, Whitey.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello, panel. Thank you guys for having me. Hey, what an opening act. Holy crap, Alan Jackson.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
awesome. That's awesome. Nice
I
job.
know you and he need to talk shop, right? Like you guys need to.
That was awesome. Happy birthday also to Karen Read. Thank you guys for having me so much, and way to kick off her like birthday long weekend with Alan Jackson on Hump Day. Like there's just nothing better.
It was pretty cool, man. He really is as cool as you would think he is. And Chimmy is an artist. If you didn't see her cake, Lana, I will send you photos of her cake. It's just
Oh yeah, I wanna see it.
it's so good.
Still have it right here. I'm eating it.
Up
It's right here. Hold on.
Ah.
I cut into it, but
Oh, nice.
I made her a little cake. It's
that's
funfetti
pretty.
on the inside. Yeah.
Oh,
I used to do this for a living, and
I was
then
gonna
I was
say
like,
that's like all
absolutely not.
professional.
Yeah.
You need to
Absolutely
sell
not,
those.
because I used to, and I'll just tell you one thing: Kerrygold is not cheap. Okay, and people are
For
not
real.
paying for that. But you know, for the people I love, and for occasions like this, when I get to bake, I'm totally going to do it because then I get to eat it, and I'm happy. So,
And you didn't go to CIA or anything, right, Chimmy?
I did not. I'm completely self-taught.
Self-taught.
Yeah.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Lana, ma'am, you've covered so many cases, and have seen so much in true crime that I'm just kind of at the early stages of digging into your work. What's unique about this case for you?
I think Karen Read represents like just, I mean, I could see myself being her, no doubt. There was a lot of agencies involved with the Karen Read case. It was like the local, the state, and then it went a little bit higher, I think, even than that, into some governmental buildings. But I see a lot in, I mean, that could be anybody, but for me, it involved also, like she was dating a police officer, you know what I mean? And that's pretty scary because you're going up against the blue, like at all times, like your relationship, everything. I mean, I don't know. It's like it can be really intimidating, when things wouldn't go right in a relationship, or, oh God, as silly as it may sound, oh, now I'm going to get a bunch of speeding tickets. Look out. You know what I mean? Like if you were to break up with like, you're just like, could be like joking around about that. But I just think that, John O'Keefe was an officer, and to be labeled as she wasn't like she just was labeled as a murderer. She was also being labeled as like a cop killer. That's like really, I couldn't imagine being in her shoes. So I would want people to help me. It takes an army. So that's what I think. That's the big thing for me with this case is, her life. She was, always playing by the rules, upstanding citizen, and then boom, like she had no benefit of any doubt, right from jump. She was arrested so quickly. There was no investigation. So I think that's just, she had like everything that you could think. It was like Murphy's Law for her. Anything that could go wrong did go wrong. But I think I'm so happy that she actually bumped his car on the way out. I think that was God, but that's,
What if she didn't bump his car on the way out?
I still think the results would be where they're at, but I think that,
Can you get the plug? I mean,
hold on one sec. I'll mute. Go ahead. Please continue.
Oh, I think that God had a little bit of role in that, but I still think the results would have ended up where they were, but I think that it would have just been another hurdle.
So they would have found a way to get to their goal.
Yeah, because I think this started really early on for her. Looking at the evidence from, I think the Canton Police Department was on it from jump, and I think there was something really sinister with why the garage door didn't go down and why it wasn't working. I think there was something really sinister with the dash cam being left on when Good left the scene, and then they do the wellness check. That dash cam was left on in a sense, and then another trooper gets in or officer gets into that vehicle and goes to the house literally to photograph that SUV. That was the purpose of that, in my opinion. And it's scary.
You said that she had an army. Have you seen? I'm going to post this link again if people are saying that link isn't working. This link right here is up and running, so let me know if this one's good. Lana, have you seen any other victim that has had an army such that Miss Reed has had in any of the cases that you've covered?
I think the last time I saw an army like this was actually for like the prosecution in a weird way with the Scott Peterson case, where everybody was standing outside because they didn't have that trial wasn't video recorded for the public, and they laced the they had the big media out there for like a month or whatever it was. It was insane. And that would be one of the questions I wanted to ask Alan Jackson is, what does the media presence here in the Karen Read case, what wasn't comparable to you in, previous cases? But yeah, I would say that you usually see the support of the mounds of crowds, usually for like the state, So I think this is unprecedented.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have enough experience to speak. This one, okay. It looks like Dennis and Brenda. We want to get final commentary from Dennis and Brenda because they're going to get going. They have Canton Select boards to slay. So please, Dennis and Brenda, final comments this evening.
I'll just say goodnight. Thanks for having us on. Happy birthday, Karen. Simmy, you got a spot out there for you.
Thank you. That's so sweet.
You do.
It's such
You're
an
gonna call
honor to
in.
meet you. Thank you. It was an honor to meet you both, and thank you for what you do for your community too. It's very inspirational, even out here in New York. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
Keep up the good fight, everybody.
Donate
Bye.
any
Thank
extent,
you.
please. We need.
Good night. Thank you.
Thank you.
Love you.
Thank you so
Good
much.
Yeah, it's really only a matter of time till Bia and Shimmy throw me out of here. But anyway, moving around. Moving right along.
No, this is a collaborative,
I'm
welcoming,
kidding.
lovely
I'm
community.
kidding.
We love everyone.
This is self-deprecation, nothing more than that. We're good. I'm
He
just
said
kidding.
we don't do that. We don't do that. Not
Yeah.
today.
I'm kidding. So, but you girls can take it away. You have Lana here. So you've got Whitey here, and we expect James Jackson. He could still be on air with JFK right now.
No, I don't think they're live.
Okay. All
Did
right,
they
Kelsey, take
did
it
they
away, my friend.
talk about any of the depositions? Who's on the chopping block? Did they list any people? I couldn't hear it all, so I was running around. I don't know if they gave any names as like a teaser on those depositions. I just know that those are really expensive. Those are hell of expensive depositions. They're really, really expensive.
Yeah, there's 41 depositions between April and June coming
Especially
up.
if you're doing like a videographer with it. If you want, I'm assuming that they're probably going to be doing video, then the transcripts with it and all the lawyers' times, prepping for it. I just know that for example, one of the cases that I was helping with just 2 years ago, it was over $15,000 just for the one deposition that went into the prep for that. So that's really, really pricey. So that's what these are for.
This is what
41 people. That's a lot of people.
Say again.
I said 41 people. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of money.
Oh my God, yeah. That's why we're doing this fundraiser. I mean, it's gonna. We were not able to get justice in the Karen Read trial. We only got Karen out of criminal jeopardy at this point. So now, in order to see justice for Karen, this is why we want you to donate to that link, if you would please. We will, our super chats are open. You can super chat me. You can super chat Mike. They're all going to go to Karen. And if that's your way to donate, awesome. We're also going to put at the bottom of the screen the banner here let me see if I can find this now. Well, I still have one of Lana's banners for next time she's up in this joint.
Oh, look out.
Oh yeah, we got a Lana banner. So this is the PayPal. If you prefer Venmo, let us know. We'll get the Venmo up there in a couple
I'll
minutes.
take care of it. Yeah, don't worry. You keep.
I had to use the PayPal link because I think the link was messing up, but YouTube's been messing up all day today. So like nobody's chats are working, so it's like a universal thing.
I'm sorry, say again. I'm just getting a message from James Jackson. He's packing up from some club or something. So if I get home in time, he's going to go live from somewhere. Okay.
Somewhere.
I don't know what's going on. Jimmy, take care of your business with James.
Listen, I don't control anyone, people, places, or things, okay? Everyone is a free agent, but love them. Love everyone, okay?
You're a free agent, James, so make sure you use that collective bargaining agreement. Actually, Lana should be able to help you. She was an athlete. We got to make sure we negotiate you good contract. So there you go.
Good terms. We'll get you good
endorsement deals.
You got to go get on the rookie contract, otherwise you're hooked in too long.
All right,
you gotta do too much stuff.
So Lana, if you were going to get a sneaker deal for basketball sneakers, who would it have been?
I mean, I don't think that for comfort wise, Nike all day. I mean, but if you're going to go for the money, it's who's ever going to throw you more money, right?
Okay. So
as with all the NIL deals right now, like you start seeing Fila's back in the kick. You know what I mean? Like, you guys remember Fila? Come on.
Of course.
Yeah. Now it's like, so I was laughing about that the other day. You got kids going to all different types of colleges now because of the NIL money, which is nice to see when you're doing your March Madness brackets and you're like, I mean, literally anybody that can pick a good bracket these days with March Madness is kudos to you. So
how do you feel about that? How do you feel about that whole, and James, we're going to divert from Karen Read a minute because we got, Alana was a collegiate athlete in 2 sports before she took up true crime broadcasting. How do you feel about that, about athletes being paid? Are you for this construct now?
Oh yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
I am too, but tell me why you are.
I mean, when you're an athlete in college, they own you basically. You're going to school and you're literally practicing or traveling and games, but we couldn't have like a job or anything like that either. So you literally, I mean, yeah, you're getting your school paid for. Yeah, you're getting your books, but I mean, that's it. So whereas like if you were on a academic scholarship, full ride, you could still have a job. So I think it's actually really good for the girls too. It's like, I think 1% not even goes pro in anything that's athletic wise in terms of mature college athlete. So yeah, I'm all for it.
I mean, I think it come down to the whole thing with Ed O'Bannon, where Ed O'Bannon was, 12 years post his career at UCLA, and he's working at a car dealership, and he goes to play like NBA 2K or a college game, and he saw Ed O'Bannon wearing his number 31 on a game that he's playing, and he's like, I'm not getting any revenue off of this. Shouldn't I?
Right.
I mean, I never got a penny off it. And then same thing even with Johnny Football. Remember, Johnny Manziel.
Oh yeah,
yeah. They're selling his. jerseys.
I'm a Browns fan, so like.
Yeah, of course, yeah. I
was a Manziel fan.
Well, yeah,
he made some stupid mistake, but hey.
He did, but he generated a metric ton of money for Texas A&M, and didn't see a penny of it.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, he paved the way over there too for what's his name, Kansas City. I
know who you're talking about.
Yeah, Pat
the
Mahomes.
Quarterback.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes. Yeah,
Mahomes.
Yeah, Mahomie.
But,
I'm
no
a Kelsey fan. He's a Cleveland boy. He went to UC as well, so I'm a big Travis and Jason Kelsey fan.
Okay, you're such a big sports fan. Whitey, and anything? You have anything on college athletes being paid? Good, bad? What do you think?
You know what? I don't know much about the structure of how they get paid, but I think they definitely deserve some, allocation of monies that the college, receives through the sporting's programs, but I don't know if it's structured fairly enough. I think I've heard enormous amounts for high-profile quarterbacks on football teams that seem more like low-level NFL contracts than college. So I don't know how they structure it, but I definitely believe that they should be getting some sort of payment, in consideration of what their program and they're generating for the university. I mean, it just makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, in Alabama, the University of Alabama is pro football there. That's pro football. So they're generating, I don't even know how many millions of dollars, but when you look at the coach's contract, I mean, it kind of tells you, that he's making more than some lower level NFL coaches are making. And you could sustain an injury playing, making that money for the university and never have a professional career.
Right.
So Bia's like, Bia's like, I want to get paid if I'm playing D1 in football, right, Bia?
For sure.
Yeah, but she's like, show me some of that cheddar.
I am right there with you, Bia. 100%. You should be getting paid for the things that you do, and especially athletes. Like, I'm not very familiar with that, but your
Did
body
Karen?
Did
Karen
so
play any
much.
sports? Was Karen an athlete?
We tried to get to that actually during the episode. She told us, she said on air, quote, "I'm not athletic." That doesn't mean she didn't play sport, because I might say I'm not athletic either.
She needs to have a golf outing fundraiser. She needs to have a golf outing fundraiser. She'll raise a shit ton of money. That's
a great idea.
That was my contribution today that I was bringing. I was like, you know what? We raised a shit ton of money when we did golf fundraisers, and they're fun as hell. And if you put like a person in each of the foursomes to play, like you could play golf with Alan Jackson, or you could play, so I'm telling you, it would be a hit. And then you get all the bragging rights with like, you get all the people's channels involved, and they all start putting foursomes in, like a calling all beings. You guys would have a team, and all the different YouTube creators, and even mainstream people. But you got a lot of competitive people here, so there you go. A golf outing is.
Wait a minute, me facing off against Lana Oriani in golf? I mean, like, this is going to be like
fun in the golf outings, man. You're there to drink. Let's not,
Okay, yeah, because I'd be throwing my clubs into
I
the
will be
woods.
doing that in a corner somewhere because I cannot golf. I'm a city girl. Like, what is golf?
Hey,
Where
we
are we
need beer
golfing?
cart people. You're our beer cart drinker, man.
Fine.
Yeah, that's
I'll
Chimmy's.
go.
Chimmy, that's her other sport. She went to college on a golf scholarship, and then decided, you know what, basketball sounds fun. Let me try out for the D1 basketball team.
Yeah,
that's
I
Lana.
cannot deal, Lana. Oh, and a YouTuber. What can't she do?
Yeah. Hey, I just, I got perks. I didn't have to go to class that much. We had people going for us then. We had tutors, and I was like, oh yeah. No, I'm kidding.
So Lana, we threw this question out there earlier about Miss Read, and I know that you have certain tactical or strategic initiatives that you would want to give to her that are as a result of your research. But if you could speak to Miss Read right now, maybe you have a couple of things that you'd want to say.
Well, first of all, like, happy birthday. I feel like she hasn't had like a birthday that she's been able to, like, I don't know, not be in some court, case. And it's been how long since she's probably been like, I don't have prison over my head, so happy birthday. That's number one. Right.
Yep.
I think it's going to be nice to have all eyes on, there's a lot of talented people. So all the drops that are coming with the Discovery, that with everybody being able to look at stuff, I think that Karen Read is only going to just keep benefiting. And as long as there's a way to, like, get her stuff, like a tip line or whatever, I think that can only help, more eyes, more. And a lot of people do a lot of the researching and stuff that you have to pay hours and hours for. That's not cheap. So, hey, if people want to look at surveillance, you know what I mean? Like, dude, that type of stuff is invaluable when you're talking about time and money. I think that's something that I know if I was Karen Read, I'd want. Hey, yeah, I got people going through all this stuff, like because in a civil case, the scope is going to be so different for her. She's going to be able to do things that she didn't get to do in the, when she's defending herself. So the scope changes, and she's going to be able to ask questions upon people that wasn't allowed because of the scope. So I hope that people out there that have time and resources, and it's not always in money, there's other ways that you can contribute. And I know that there's a lot of talented people. So we should just all let the people that want to do stuff do it. If they're capable of, that's my message. So
we just sent the link to Nan in case
Nan.
we could nerd out, if you and Nan could talk legal stuff, we could us lay persons. Do you think that those Corey Hopkins, do you think that those are going to be an integral part of what's about to happen here? Those what do you call them?
Sidebars?
Sidebars. Thank you. Thank you. Bless you.
Yeah, I think reading the transcripts, period. I mean, when you're watching on TV, you can miss a lot. To be able to read those, it's like night and day. So I want to know who paid. Do you know how expensive those are? Those were like over. I mean, I don't know how they got released or whatever, but we were quoted. We reached out to try to get those, and we were quoted $26,000. So
wow.
What?
Just throwing that out there. Oh yeah, transcript for that whole trial. The whole trial transcripts for just for one was $26,000.
Wow.
Crazy.
That was what we were quoted. And we were like, we just wanted the sidebars, but you can't get the sidebars without the transcripts in totality.
Wow.
So for people out there that wanted to know that, it was
She's a hero.
We were quoted $26,000.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Lana. I was going to say she's a hero for doing what she's done. Mike Crawford is saying we're up to 68,691 plus whatever super chats Mikey has received and whatever we've received. So,
and I know I had to donate to the PayPal.
Yeah, and the Venmo and PayPal, and yeah. So.
Yeah, those we won't have numbers on. That'll be Nick can eventually publish those numbers when he gets them from Miss Read. Yeah. Have you read any of those sidebars, Whitey? Have you seen any of the material that Corey Hopkins has put out?
I've only seen the stuff that's been broadcast via whatever court TV is transcribed and their AI voices, with a few of the other YouTube lawyers have presented. I try not to take in too much now because without the next civil case moving forward, it just I've taken in so much over the past few years that I've reached my point of excess. So if I hear something else, I mean, even though it might be interesting, it kind of infuriates me because this, especially the sidebars there, just the attitude with Canone and the lawyers upsets me because I can just tell there is bias in the majority of the decisions that she rules on, in the sidebars, like, behind, the curtain, so to speak. So I try not to take too much of that moving forward.
Let me ask you about that. What do you think of, where do you think that comes from when you look at somebody like Judge Bev? And I think, she's a Massachusetts girl. I don't remember the town she's from. What do you assess from
Quincy?
She's from Quincy, just like Marcy. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you see in her personality? Is she an archetype? What's your analysis of Judge Bev as a person that informed how she adjudicated the trial?
Legally, I have no idea, but
No,
I
in her
think she was.
personality, like
Oh, okay. Well, personality, she definitely leaned towards the prosecution. Um, she was very favorable over and over again towards the prosecution's objections, and she was adamant, with the defense and any objections they had as well. So it was very slanted in my eyes. And throughout the entire process, just all the information that we learned, that she had ties to Morrissey and several other Quincy residents that were tied into the case through the Quincy courts, where she originally started.
And do you think that she's the type of woman that just thinks that she's impervious to judgment, that she's all powerful? Is that the archetype that you see?
I think she rose up to that. She was, I don't know how long ago it was, but she was awarded some award for being I don't know the terminology, but outstanding judge, from her
during
peers.
the trial, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
During the trial, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. And she was in the upper echelon of trial judges. So I think she already believed that she was among the upper echelon of judges in the area. So I think she realized she had authority, and her position in the Superior Court, as far as rotations, she was, as far as I know, what am I trying to say?
The regional.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was. Like, she had say on whether or not she could get bumped out or stay on a case. So she had seniority. I'm sorry, that's the word I was looking for. She had seniority. So I think that she knew her friends were in desperate need of coverage, so that's why she determined she was going to stay on the case instead of getting rotated out. And she's still somewhat in the mix as well.
Yeah. To touch more on that, I think also her language that she would use when the defense would, make an objection, and her saying, I'll let him have it. I mean, that is the most unbelievable terminology to try to say and appear. I mean, just that appears biased, and that's the hurdle that you only have to get over. And the appearance of that, like, oh, I'll let him have it. The defense never heard that when,
exactly. I don't think she's ever referred to the defense in that way. Like,
I'll let him have it.
Prosecution, like, I'll let you have it.
That was just, I think,
it was
when
like one-sided. Like, I'll let the defense have it, and then not the prosecution. It was just like sustained or overruled.
And not even that, like, how unprofessional is that? It's no shade, honey, but like, seriously, like, if you think about it, like, I mean, if you're not taking it seriously as a judge, then why, as a taxpayer, should you be paid with our money? Like, I mean, you're not even taking your job seriously. And again, the hair was always on point, but girl, the attitude. The attitude.
What were your thoughts?
The sighing.
I think she was also doing it for the jurors. Like, she wanted the jurors, she was trying to, I think, do that to, like, make it seem like to the jurors, she was trying to portray a certain thing to the jurors. And that was the big problem. And I think the defense talked to her about it and said, what they said. And I think she tried to change it towards the end, but that was something that you'd have to ask Alan Jackson about.
Okay, James Jackson is in the chat. James, we're looking for you on screen. So, you're in the wrong. Anyway, Jimmy, just to get your perspective as somebody did, what were you when you were watching Judge Bev adjudicate? What was going through your mind, other than the bangs and all that stuff? You know.
I mean, look, I'm always optics first, right? Like I'm always looking at that because I just like and appreciate cool looking things. And I mean, look, the hair was great. I'm not gonna like, be weird or shady about it.
Okay.
But
That's fair.
in terms of like just her demeanor, it just felt like, am I watching a movie? Like it just didn't feel real that this was happening. And that's kind of scary and really frightening because someone's life is on the line. And if our institutions and our leaders and who's appointed to be there, or whatever the case may be, how the system operates, is just operating on this level of nonchalant, like whatever about your life. I mean, what? Like it does not in my mind compute as normal and nothing that should be normalized whatsoever. Because what happens if, God forbid it's any of us? Like I know I would be screaming to the rooftops. Like this calm demeanor would be completely out the window. The Latinas kicking in 1, 2, 3. Okay. But we're not like I think it's just Karen was put under so much pressure. She was already handicapped in her position. Her lawyers were also handicapped in their positions. And this isn't about your ego, about being like, just because I can, I will. Like, this is someone's life that is on the line. And there has to be a lot more, I don't know if that's just how it is in Massachusetts. I don't have any experience in how New York systems work, and I'm sure that's a whole nother process. But there's a lack of transparency there, and here comes Lana with her truth and transparency. But there's
branding, baby.
Yes, I mean, not intentional, but whatevs.
Needs to change.
But,
like anything should not. Every murder trial should be on a camera.
Yeah.
How they could say like, oh no, we're not having who what? No.
That's a great point.
It's 2026.
Yeah, and like I just think that like you see an Alan Jackson, which still, by the way, I can't even believe like he was here, but whatever. You see someone like him, and it's like the way he carries himself with such professionalism. I mean, these jobs also require a level of skill and brains that like normal everyday people don't have. So for them not to take it so seriously, knowing that they're so prestigious, it boggles my mind to just be like, I'll allow it. What? What do you mean you'll just allow it? Oh, I'll let them have it. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
This is not how courts are supposed to operate, and not a court that I would ever want, knock on wood, God forbid, ever want to be in. Should I be in that position? That's terrifying. That's just me.
Hey, you know what? Amen. You get a cowbell.
Yay!
Yes. Thank you.
That cake, it's 10 cowbells. I mean, how long did it take you? How long did it take you, be honest?
How long?
Yeah.
So I made the cake. Right. So from start to finish, like it's probably like a 3-hour, like start to finish. But that's just because like I have the skill set already. I started learning how to bake. I think this year will be 11 years. So I taught myself, and then
Really?
Yeah, I taught myself because I was obsessed with Food Network as a kid.
I was just gonna say, you need to go on one of those shows. What is it called?
I was gonna be on a show. Gonna be on a show, and I said no because the contract. I was like, I'm sorry, you get to have exclusivity over this person right here. Absolutely not. You're not getting that. And it's no disrespect, but it's like these contracts are horrifying. Like the level of control they have over your entire personality. That the cost of losing your authenticity wasn't worth having being on a TV show. Like at that point, it's like it doesn't matter. Like my dream will come in a different way. And I did not expect it to manifest in this way, to have a voice. Like I could still show my cakes and talk about like Judge Bev and her bangs. What?
Yes.
Who am I right now?
I'll have my cake and eat it too. I love it. There you go.
Period. There you go. Oh my, stop. The collaboration. I can't.
Jimmy, I'd be willing to mortgage my values and morals for Food Network. I'm just kidding. Anyway, moving right along.
Absolutely not.
Kidding, joking. We got to needle you a little bit on the show, right, Bia? Come on.
Sure.
I can't be the only one to get it. You know what I mean? All right, Bia, Judge Bev, your emotions and thoughts and.
Do I have them? Yeah.
Yes, please go ahead.
Well, here's the thing. When trial one, I knew nothing of Judge Bev. Never really watched, trials. But here's the thing: the way the defense was treated during trial one, wow, like it spoke volumes. Then I see her in the Penny McGee case, and I know I always bring this up because the way she was able to, it was a bench trial. She was able to rule from the bench, the way she spoke to the defense, the way she spoke, the way she handled herself, it was just such a big difference. And then we move on. This was in between trial one and trial two. Again, trial two starts. The huffing and puffing wasn't as bad. But if you remember, she'd be on screen going, like, it's like, and then when she stormed off, like having a little hissy fit, like it just showed me how she knew the way she was with Penny McGee and the way she was with the Karen Read trial. It was the same judge, two different personalities. And that's not what we deserve. We deserve, the Commonwealth deserves what Karen Read deserved. We should get a fair judge and a judge that treats every defendant the same way. We know that she's the gatekeeper, as she loves to call herself, but she deserved the same treatment. Even Karen Read on the Rotten Mangoes brought up the fact that when they were used to sit in the gallery before trial one, she would compliment the defendants on how nicely they were dressed for court. Well, she never once said that to Karen, did she? Per Karen. So just the treatment from the beginning was just awful. And no defendant deserves that. We deserve fair judges.
Well, she was the gatekeeper.
Amen.
She was able to be the gatekeeper against a fair trial. So actually, she did a fantastic job of that. Jimmy, that's where you laugh.
Yeah, no. Listen, I
Tough crowd.
unmuted just to give you the
Tough crowd.
No, but you know what? But I will say, yeah, you're right. Like she was just it was so obvious that I'm like, girl, I know you want to know where Karen got her shoes. Stop playing. Just stop. I know you want to know. I know you want to know where her sweater set is from. Her suit. Stop playing. And for everyone who gave Karen so much crap for like her outfits, first of all, none of you know if she's already had that in her wardrobe. Like, did you guys forget that she used to work for Fidelity and was like a financial analyst? Like, I worked in that industry at one point as like an office manager, and these people make a lot of money. And you have to dress the part when you're dealing with private equity and all of that. So first of all, let's debunk that. And secondly, it just was like, girl, the sighing, the hissing. What is this, an ASMR trial? Like, I cannot. Like, what are we doing? At some point, we need you to like take several seats, okay? Take several seats and calm down. Just calm down, because it's so unnecessary. It was just absolutely unnecessary. I did not, like, when I had my headphones in and I'm like cooking a meal, did not want to hear her being like, oh, like what is happening right now? So, you know what? And you're right too about Penny McGee, because I did watch that as well, and a whole nother person. And I'm like, so you know how to judge. You just don't want to judge this properly because of whatever the reasons are. I don't know. I wasn't there. But that puts into question, it's like consistency is required for your job. You're supposed to judge fairly, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
You know we had a Bev's bingo, right? During the trial?
Everything.
Yeah, I'll send you when we get off here, I'll send you the bingo cards that we had. And
yes.
Bev was in the middle of it. Yeah, we had, and then so we gave out cash apps every time that you had a bingo, because we kept track of, it was only what Bev said. If the sirens came on, there was a siren spot. If the lights got shut off, if you know, whatever. So we had to literally start changing the name, like the words that we were using for our word bank for the 75 different words because of how she was, like the terminology she was using. And so it would be like, you know, good morning, Jazz, like how she would like, so we had to bev it up. But yeah, it was bevs on bev. So every time, I don't know, we would give away probably daily because it was every day of the trial. We were doing like double bingos. A single bingo got it, but we were giving cash apps away during the trial off of bevs, off of our card.
It's so fun.
Yeah, the mods had a great
great
time keeping, you know, because we kept track of obviously when it was said and everything like that. And then we would post it, and so that way people, when they were coming in, and it was all digitalized, so you like got your like card when you came into the chat, you click the link and it automatically spits you a card. It was interesting.
Yeah.
About Bev.
The data, the creativity. I can't, girl. Yes, I love that.
Yeah, it was like, did
We
she
just
say
have-
let him have it?
We just have one person we want to introduce. This guy is an OG of the JFK show. So party people, put your damn hands together for James Jackson and Jay Brill.
God.
Where's my applause? Where they
God damn, where we at, Jay? Cold out here.
My people are here.
Let's go in right now.
Cold.
Hey, gentlemen.
I'm in the snow. I just got stuck in the snow, but hey, what's up?
Say hello to
Journalist
James White,
Jackson.
Lana, Boston Bia, and your homegirl Chimmy.
Chimmy.
Welcome.
Hey, Chimmy, Boston Bia,
Hey.
DJ,
Hello.
Joe
Hey,
P.
Gentlemen.
Excuse me, Lana.
Whitey.
Yeah, Lana. I get Lana a
Lana.
lot, but it's Lana. But
Lana.
I'll call you Lana because that's a. And
It's like a
Whitey, my
awesome
man.
Yeah, baby.
Whitey, I like Whitey, man. You had some charges in Canton not too long ago, didn't you?
I did.
All right, my man. Fighting the good fight.
know.
What he
Fetus
is,
charges.
he's fighting them good charges. Hey, it was great to see Uncle Alan up in here. It's great to, first of all, happy birthday, Karen. I'm sorry.
Birthday.
You know, I had it set up where things were going to be a little more aesthetically. But I just want to come up here and say you guys are doing a great job. And, you know, this is all about Karen still fighting that good fight. And we're here together. I mean,
Hell yeah.
what could you ask for? We're inspiring others to do fundraisers. That's what it's all about. So everyone out there doing a fundraiser tonight, we appreciate it. You know, we inspired a lot of people tonight.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's great.
Thank you, Brother Jackson. If you would, maybe Chimmy would like to would you show James and Jay Brill the cake that you made? What's left of it?
Listen, I didn't eat all of it. You've seen me on screen the whole time.
Okay.
Start mailing it.
I made a cake, and James, listen, Lena wants to be named Lena, okay? Unless if you want to call her Lana, then I'm gonna call you Joms, okay?
You're gonna call me Joms.
Joms.
You're gonna call me John. Oh, hold on,
Joms.
wait. That's a cake you made.
That's a cake. Look, I cut it. That's
Look at that, man.
Wow.
Look at that
Beauty.
artistry. Turn around. Oh my God. Look at that.
No,
Look
turn
at
back
you.
into where you
Like it.
cut it though. How many tiers?
There's
One,
4 layers.
Three.
four
Four.
layers. 4 tier, huh?
Everybody's
So
crying.
I hand piped all of this. I had to do it by hand. So there's several piping tips to do it, but it's a really popular style in like the cake community, like, you know, because, you know, I keep my eye out even though I don't participate anymore. And I
Good
was
for
like,
you.
oh, that's cool. Like, I'm going to just try it. And this was the perfect occasion because I don't do it professionally anymore. So I was like, why not? Miss Karen needs to be celebrated. Okay.
Can
So who
we
ate
call this the Baroque birthday cake with all the
Was it-
ornation? The Baroque
Yes,
birthday cake.
It
Can I
is
just
like a
ask,
Baroque style.
Who ate this pieces of cake, Jimmy?
Listen, I'm working on it. Okay.
I didn't get none. I'm trying to get
Listen,
my
I'll
coffee.
FedEx you a slice. I don't know how the quality is going to be that great, but I'll FedEx you a slice.
Nah.
Well, you're going to bring one when you come out there. So
Listen, I am seriously being like, I should just go there and just we have one big baking party and everyone eat. Cook and
Uh,
eat.
can-
That's what we should
can
do
I-
to celebrate.
Okay, Boston Bia. I mean, you had Lindsay. I mean, why not Jimmy, right?
Of course, she's welcome. I have a
Kitchen's
spare
open?
bedroom. Yeah, kitchen's open.
Okay,
Oh my God, an honor. Stop.
there you go.
Are you not in Boston then, Jimmy? Where are you at? As far as
New York girl. I'm a New Yorker. I'm a New Yorker.
You know, and then I felt bad. I was like, if you don't have to say it, I was like, you know what? To be doxing
Listen, I
yourself.
will not identify exactly my location, but
Yeah.
I am from New York City, born and raised.
PX.
Cool.
And also, I want to put in a pitch right now for Lana because Lana is interested to go on the JFK show, and it just so happens that right below her is Jay Brill, and right to her right is
Yeah, I
none
wanna
other than
do-
James Jackson.
Yes,
So-
I want to do what do you call it? Like a name that tune challenge. You guys are like tunes all day, and I'm like, dude, I need to go on that show. I want to do like a name that tune challenge. They like are like vibing to all my old school jams.
Yeah,
So,
definitely. JFK knows all, he plays all the good music. And
Yeah.
we come from a generation where, 80s and up. So
Right?
his music just played throughout those genres. Yeah, so check it
Yeah,
out.
so
I feel like
I'm
they're the
sorry.
best.
Go ahead, James. Please.
No, I'm just
I didn't
saying, check it
interrupt you.
out. If that's what you want to do, Lana.
I mean, obviously talk shop Karen Read, but I was like, you got to mix in like the name that tune, get the crowd with the private chat and like the group chats and let them try to, play with it too. But I was like, they were playing like all these songs I know. I was like, I could actually win on a show with them. Like, with all those songs. I was like, I can do it.
The competitor is out. She's out. She's ready.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, have fun as hell. Like, I'd be like, even if I lose, I'm like, shit, that was fun. But
From my standpoint, it's kind of like this. The members of the JFK show are badass. Lana is badass. Why is there not some sort of they should get together on a show. So that's the way I see it. So
He has open links all the time. Just jump on.
yeah, I'm about to.
give her a damn invite,
Um,
man.
are you-
Send
when
her a
you guys,
damn link.
Well, how did you guys get involved with the Karen Read case, if you don't mind me asking?
Go ahead.
I don't have nothing to do with that one. I'm just a part of the show now from the Eddie O'Brien case and the
Okay.
Jigga.
So
Gigalotti.
how did JFK and I get involved?
Yes.
So JFK and I go back almost 3 decades of friendship.
Cool.
And we just saw corruption from the beginning, but we didn't know exactly. We knew exactly in the beginning what David Yannetti said the first time when she was going up for bail reduction. We knew all that. But then when we started to watch, there was this girl, let's give her credit to, I forget her name, Kerry True Crime or something like, I think Kerry True Crime. She posted a video of John O'Keefe at the waterfall, and it looked like he was ready to like get into a fight with somebody.
Yeah.
So JFK and I looked at it and we dug into it even more, and we were like, listen, it definitely started here. So we stayed at the waterfall, and that's where we stayed. We actually did a reenactment of the waterfall. We got a guy from Kevin from South Boston to call in the same night of the reenactment of the waterfall, and we were playing it. And it's just, there's a lot of backstory to how we got involved, but mostly it was the waterfall. And basically I got involved because a lot of people would say, James, why are you sticking up for a police officer? Why do you care so much about the police? And it wasn't so much I looked at him as a cop. I looked at him as a man that took responsibility for his daughter's children I'm sorry, excuse me, disclaimer, his sister's children when his sister passed away. And then when the brother, so I looked at John as like kind of almost not like a hero, but somebody to look up to, somebody that you would. And then when that happened to him, it just got me more involved. But yeah, so that's how we've been here. We've never left. As much people will say we did, but we started at trial, so we've been here forever. We just didn't start getting monetized until trial 2. But
Gotcha.
I get you've been around for a while. I see everyone's talking about you for the last 2 days. What's your background?
We were actually just talking about it. We were just talking about sports. We were just talking about how sports transitioned into true crime somehow. We still
Oh,
don't even
okay.
know.
You
COVID.
all saw that, James?
COVID basically, I think, changed everybody's lives, you know, in some, you know, form or fashion.
No, for
And so,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
So honestly, what I was doing before that was not having a true crime channel. I can tell you that. So
No, definitely. Actually, now that you say COVID, back then, JFK and I had a thing called 50 plus bar challenge. And it was for people that were rappers, MCs to lay 50 plus bars. And you got a chance to go on static selectors. You know, you got a beat, you got played on Shade 45, which is Eminem's radio station. So
yeah.
it was a huge opportunity. And we did that during COVID.
Mhm.
And then everything stopped. We got back to the real world. And then this happened. And JFK started first. And he's like, come on, you got to come up here and be my co-host. And I'm like, I don't know. You know, the kid that runs it, he wrote a blog on me in 2018. He's like, it doesn't matter. We'll fix that when it comes to that, you know, that point. But yeah, so it was a great thing that JFK and we got back together and we did the Karen Read thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And just so I can brag about Lana for just a quick second, James, she went to University of Cincinnati on a golf scholarship, then ended up playing on the basketball team. So,
Oh, wow.
I know, right?
How tall are you, Lana?
About 5'6".
All right. Who's your point guard?
Yeah. Yeah. 1, 2. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
We could play horse.
First guess.
We could play horse. I got you.
I used to play basketball. I was
See?
really good. Yeah. I was really, really good. But you know, Department of Youth Services take that away from you. They don't care about that. So
that sucks.
And
Hey.
Well, thank you for sharing that story. I mean, I asked and I wanted to know. So I always like to, you know, hear people's journeys, you know. That's how you know, like you learn about somebody
Yes.
or you learn about where they come from and how they ended up like, oh, how are, you know, us, what do we got here? 7 people now? It's like, hey, what'd you do last night? I was on a panel with, you know, 6 other people talking about, you know, a woman that was framed for murder. You know, it's like, oh, how does that happen?
Because I came from their chat. Like I never had a platform. I still don't. And I was in the JFK chat first, and then he was always so awesome about having a link. And I would go up on panels, but first I didn't want to show my face. I was just like, I just want to just speak and see how people receive it, because I had taken a lot of time off the internet. So it was received so well. And like the guys are always so respectful to everyone, even like some people who can come up with whatever their intentions are. Like they're just really cool. They know how to pivot from, you know, tricky situations or people. And like from there, I just kind of like just started going up here and there. And, you know, it's always an honor to hang out with them whenever I'm asked to come up. So, and their chat is great. Like truly, the community is really awesome. So, you know, I wouldn't put my face on the internet for anybody. Okay.
Right. Well, then good. I'll go. I'll email you and we'll go over there. We'll do a name that tune Karen Read night. There you go.
You're gonna win. You're gonna win. I'm just letting you know.
Oh,
right now. You will win.
How do you know that, Jimmy? How do you know she's gonna win?
I mean, if it's me and her, she's definitely gonna win. Because like,
no,
I like
we gotta
Britney,
be a
okay?
team.
Leave me alone.
I just want to say
All
I
right,
think
fine,
I'd be
fine.
competitive in this game. I'm just oh boy, it's been.
Well, I too like to play basketball. Just saying.
See?
Oh, look at Bea's like, look, I played in middle school. I was the point guard.
Lincoln Park Community School.
Yeah.
Some of them.
Go ahead, Bea, do some of this.
I forget what I did. I just played basketball. I don't remember. That was like.
I forget what I did.
Bea, do you want to do your caveman? Do you want to do your caveman impression for everybody?
No, but I was pretty good at it. Lincoln Park Community School. That was a great experience.
Lincoln Park. So hey, I heard my uncle was up here tonight. How was that?
He was great.
He was.
Yeah. Good guy.
He was so much fun. Very you know what? Genuine and easy to talk to. Like we didn't have to work too hard to, to integrate him into the conversation. So we're very, very happy that we didn't find out until, I don't know, probably in your time, it probably would have been about, I found out probably like 10:30 this morning. So probably midday around in Boston that he was going to be here. So, but you don't want to, you don't want to commit until you know for sure. But that's 3 hours, kids. So let's get some closing thoughts on Karen Read donations. Thank you. You guys were so generous. The mods worked their ass off tonight. But let's let us start with Jay Brill. Then we'll go to James Jackson, Lana, Mr. White, Chimmy, Bia, and then myself. Closing comments, Jay Brill.
Well, you know me. I don't really. I wasn't involved in the Karen Read case, but I do know I followed the whole case since the beginning. But I pretty much just came up to show my support, let her know I wish her a happy birthday. Keep strong. You got a big crowd behind you that got your back.
And you talk about, you delighted everybody on this show. He had one of them. He and Lana, it's interesting. They were almost in successive weeks, had an amazing response from our audience. That people just went crazy. We were answering YouTube comments for weeks on both of you guys. So thank you, Jay Brill, for your support tonight. James Jackson.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, real quick
Thank you, Jay.
before Jay Bro, thank you, man. Good seeing you. Everyone's like, what's James wearing? So I was just at a place, and I had planned to be inside doing this and being focused and being ready. But sometimes in life, things change. So I just came in at the last minute to wish Karen a happy birthday and thank everybody that donated to Karen because she's still fighting this fight. And DJ, great job running everything tonight. Be a co-host as usual. Good keeping DJ in line because we know he knows that. I mean, he needs that.
He does. Why not?
Crack the whip.
Yes, but everybody, I'm out here. I got a polo on, and I got a polo. I'm in the snow.
He got his parka.
Yeah, there's about 3 feet, maybe 4 where I'm at, feet of snow. And it's a beautiful thing, though. I wouldn't have it any other way. But I'm here, and yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Shout out to everybody.
Come on up, James Jackson. Thanks for coming.
Yes, of course. Lana, I'm sorry, what you like to
Lana.
Like Lana Banana.
Okay, it's hard for me because Lana,
you're good.
Lana,
You're good.
Lana.
It's all right, Joms. It's all right, Joms.
Is that your real name, Lana? Is your real name Lana?
Yep.
It's because of where she's from. She's from the Midwest, so they're going to say that. It just depends.
I'm from Ohio.
All right, that's fine. Lana. It was nice to finally meet you. And
you too. And I'm
obviously
so warm and cuddly. Look at you.
I'm very warm right now.
There you go.
Very warm.
Well, I want to follow up with what James was saying. Thank you so much to the hosts. I think it's super easy to be a follower, and it takes a lot to be a leader. And my message and my final thoughts are: you only got one life. Live your life. Live it by your rules, by your standards, and don't change for anybody. People can say whatever they want about you. As long as you know about you, that's all that matters. I think as an athlete, we were talking about people making fun of what Karen was wearing or want to talk about that. It made me think about, as an athlete, we all put on the same jerseys. We all put on, whether our jerseys were the home team or the away team. So nobody would ever come into a gymnasium and be like, oh, look at what that person's wearing. So that doesn't even register. So I don't even think about that shit when people want to talk like that or whatever. But thank you so much to the hosts for being leaders and putting this on for Karen. It's selfless and it's respectable. And I think that having Alan Jackson here endorsed you guys and everything that you've been doing. So don't change.
Thank you
for
so
having
much,
me.
Lana. Appreciate it.
You guys.
Yeah, I don't know if I can make that little symbol. But let's get on to my man, Mr. James White.
Yeah, so I'd like to at least wish Karen a happy birthday. This whole movement has really changed how I've perceived law enforcement, the justice system, and even local politics. Like I said before, I got involved because it was my town and I knew people. So I wanted, I really wanted answers. I'm like, I'm looking for answers. Can I get some answers? And when I got more involved, it got more depressing because I couldn't get answers from the people that I thought I knew. And that's why I will continue, to advocate for Karen and others as well that I know. I knew from the get-go. It didn't take long until I figured out she was completely innocent. She didn't do it. But I weighed the information that I got, and I went through it. And then once I determined she didn't do it, nothing from that point on was presented to me that swayed my opinion. And I think that's what we need to do with any case that is presented or anything that we see on TV. It's like dive deep and figure it out, if you feel up to it, and advocate for those people, because like we've said before, could be any of us. Any one of us could be in the circumstance that Karen was in and still is in. If you don't have the means, you're up Schitt's Creek. If you don't have the means, you're up Schitt's Creek. So just keep advocating, keep sticking your nose into places where people don't want it, but you want to put it there, get involved.
Given Karen's demographic, you're right. It could have been any of us because she was the demographic that this wasn't supposed to be able to happen to, but it did. And like you said, but for her financial means, resources, and ability to inspire people to want to help her, she may be in jail right now. But with that, let's go to Chimmy Speaks. Ma'am, closing thoughts.
Yeah, well, first, thank you all for being here and for hosting this for Karen. The fight is still continuing, and we need to still put eyes and ears on what's happening. It could be any of us, and the fact that she's involved in wanting to get answers is the only way accountability actually happens. So I want to just say happy birthday to Karen, and I admire and respect your strength for everything that you've gone through, and that you're still able to have the ability and the resilience to keep pushing forward is why our future is going to change for the better, especially for all of the kids that are coming up. And what I realized today is that we need to be able to use our voices to bridge the gap between all of the generations, especially the youth, and get them more into activism and keeping them informed, because their future is on the line. So it's important to just keep them inspired and motivated to know what's going on, and that they have a voice and they don't have to be compliant when there's an injustice happening. So I just want to thank you all again, your wonderful chat, and everyone who has donated. Thank you. We're making a difference, one voice at a time. Let's go. Make it rain.
All
Boston
said.
Bia.
All right. First of all, happy birthday, Karen. As we heard Nick say earlier, this is the third year that she will be going to court on her birthday. And that really just sat heavy on my chest all night, because again, we know how strong she is, but I'm sure that's the last thing you want to do on your birthday. And now she has, the criminal trials behind her, but it just goes to show you that she is stronger than we ever expected. And continue the fight. I know they're working on great stuff over at the Read Files, so make sure you sub up to them. Thank you to the chat and mods. Thank you to everyone who donated. Thank you everyone who watched. And even if you don't have the means or can't donate, please just share the stream. So we just trying to spread the awareness. So thank you everyone. And again, happy birthday, Karen Read. We love you.
Well said.
Well done again, Bia. That's a good point about her birthday, third birthday in a row that she's had to go to court. So, boy, it's been a great 3 hours. Thank you, Whitey, for hanging in for the entirety of this. Thank you, Jay Brill, for braving the snow.
No, it stopped snowing a little while ago. It was good.
Oh,
but
good.
I do want to say something, though.
Please.
I want to promote that little reenactment we did for the Karen Read thing. If anyone wants to go check it out on the JFK Show Off show, we put it out there.
With the snow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. Thank you for doing that because I think it was really it should be enlightening. It was like basically the same time of the year, you know what I mean? And thank you. Awesome posting that.
They working too.
I love it. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, crowdsourcing, crowdfunding, it is literally I feel like it's the only defense that you truly have against corruption. Because usually corruption.
I owe my success to JFK, James, and Kev. So
yeah. Thank you guys again for having me. I appreciate you. Thank you guys in chat, everybody who's donated.
To Lana. Cheers
to everybody. Well, I can't say enough about today's stream. Hell of a job. Alan Jackson kicking it off for her birthday. I bet that had to mean a lot to Karen. So, she has the support of some really, really amazing people. Thank you guys. Appreciate you.
Thank you, darling.
Thank you.
I think Mike wants to let everybody know before we sign off, which we're going to do in a second here. Mike Crawford is having an after show right after this ends. So head over and check out the Young Jerks. And on behalf of Mr. White, Jay Brill, James Jackson, Lana, Chimmy, and my co-host Boston Bia, this is DJ saying peace out, one love, and we will see you down the road.